Let's investigate and let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. What production shining bright. Fake hauntings just won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right. And debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Full Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal. Not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate and let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Full Productions, shining bright. Fake hauntings just won't survive. Let's seek the truth and get it right. And debunk those lies hidden in the night. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Productions, here we go. Bringing you the truth about the paranormal. Not letting the fakers spread lies and junk. Let's investigate and let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Let's debunk. Full Productions, shining bright.
Hello, everybody. I hope everybody's having a wonderful Thursday. I am like so glad it is almost Friday. This week has been way too long. So tonight we have Laura from Rawside Paranormal on with me. How are you tonight?
I am doing well. How are you?
Say, like I said, it's been a week. I'm ready to finish up here.
Me too. Hi, everybody. Hi, hi, hi.
Yeah, let's go ahead and say hi to everybody real quick. We got Pinky, Caroline, and L Skipper, Cat, Sage Rat, and oh, here's Boo's here. Oh, we know that's going to be trouble. Wisdom, Cree. Hello, everybody. I'm glad you guys are joining us. Say, I'm starting to get used to this rotation of the every other week. It's so weird because you used to know you're on that weekly,
Right.
And then going to that every other. It's like, then it's like, what? Like I think it was like last week. I'm like, should I or should I not? And I was like, nope. We're going to keep it to the every other at this point. So
yeah, whatever works best for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
So,
I keep adding stuff.
Yeah, no. Well, with us doing everything right now with the woodworking and having this, the Boo stuff, the Mrs. Boo, but then now it's haunting season. So now it's just like end of September through October. It's like, yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm going away this weekend. So, yeah, as soon as I'm done here, I got to hurry up and go pack up because my son's picking me up tomorrow. So, and I'm thinking, oh, God, it's just not enough time.
Are you going to something interesting or something
just
relax?
taking a couple of days off to gather my thoughts and, just rest my brain and body and soul, I guess. It's just need a break, even though I'll probably go live at one moment when I'm there. Who the hell knows? But,
Yeah, sometimes you need that because Jeff and I have now figured that out, that with us doing the paranormal stuff, it's like you do have to take a break sometimes. And so it's like, hey, if I just can't, but we know we do try to make sure that we keep on top of it. Sometimes it's like, hey, we have to take a break, especially when we had everything going on with my mom. It was just like we were running ragged and it was
overload.
Yeah. And so I was like, you gotta just take the break. Somebody said they heard Boo. I was like, Boo's not, she didn't do anything. You might have heard Bubba because Bubba's been up here with me.
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking care of two households and I'm always getting pulled in every direction. And then other things going on. And I'm like, I got to get the hell out of here before I kill somebody. So I'm leaving my husband home. I'm leaving the dog home. I am just packing a bag and getting the hell out of here.
Yeah. And because somebody once told me, they go, well, you get that time away when you actually take your brother and do something with you. It's like, no, I don't. Because that is like, you have to be 24/7 on top of him. So it's like, no, you don't get a break. Then people wonder why I take the day after I get back off. It's like, that's why, because I have one day I can at least just kind of recruit before I go back to work because it gets bad.
Well, a lot of people don't understand. You know, when you have somebody who has special needs, it's double the work because you're always afraid, oh my God, something's going to happen, or they're going to get into something, or if they have an episode.
Well, he likes to wander.
Yeah.
So when you're in a hotel, everybody laughs because it's like when we are in a hotel, we always put something in front of the door, and he sleeps the farthest away from the door in the beds, because that way we get a little bit more warning that he's going to be heading out the door.
Yeah.
But he really has not, he hasn't done anything. Jeff kind of corrupts him, but I mean, giving him ideas. The last one he did, he goes, "Oh, look at that building over there. It looks haunted. Should we go?" And then I was like, "No, don't tell him that, because he'll want to go there."
Right.
So don't give him any ideas. So
well, it's like with my mom, she's got dementia. So we had to put alarms on all the doors at one time because she would just walk out the door. So, we had to install those, and then we did child gates, and then on the porch we had to build a gate that locks so she can't just take off, because she took off on us twice. Thank God, somebody brought her back. But I mean, the panic, just so you.
Oh yeah, I worked with dementia patients and Alzheimer's patients, and I had this sweet little. She was a Greek old lady, and the first time she saw me, I came to their house. She looked at me and she goes, "Why are you?" And this is like before I lost weight, so I mean I was big. And she goes, "Why are you so fat?" I said, "Because I eat too much." And she just started laughing, and she was like, come on. And so I was like the only one that could take care of her. But then one time I wasn't there. Luckily, I lived close enough, so when they called, I could go. But she was an escape artist. She would go out windows. She would go outdoors. She didn't care. She would go out. Well, one time she escaped naked.
Yeah, they don't care.
And
when they want to do something, they'll do it.
And then she would be like real combative, like with them trying to get her back in. So I was able to get over there quick enough to be able to be like, "Hey, come on, let's go look at your magazines and paint your nails." And she would go for me. But it was just like interesting.
Nope, you can't trust them at all.
Nope. Hello for everybody else that is coming in.
Yes, hello.
So you're taking a break. So then what else do you have going on after you get back from your lovely break?
Well, I've got some interviews lined up, and I got to finish off the magazine and get that out so everybody can look at it. And I'm still waiting on some submissions to come in, but I got some great stories. And then we're setting up plans for the Halloween show. So it should be fun.
A Halloween show. Oh,
yeah.
Halloween's on a Friday this year, so it's going to be.
Yeah, it is. So I'm not sure what day we're going to do it, but we're me, Carla, and Susan are going to get together and just
that'll be fun.
Do a bunch of stuff, all kinds of spooky stuff and fun stuff, and so we just got to sit down and go over the schedule and see how we're going to throw it together.
Yeah, I think we just added 1, maybe 2 dates in October. Pretty much, I think right now, if class goes through, Jeff and I have Monday through Saturday. I think we have almost 1 event a day at night throughout like the second, third, and fourth week of October. And we just added one this for the 22nd. We're actually there's a bar called Toledo Spirits, and they actually do like craft beers, but they also do spirits, like their own gin, vodka, rum.
Nice.
And it's called Toledo Spirits. So we actually just took a tour this week of the place. It's huge. They have a barrel building, so you can take lots of the barrel. So it was pretty cool. Nice. And so we're actually going to be doing tours and let them do some ghost hunting. So there's going to be selling tickets for that. We told them we'll do the one, but we said as a backup, let's do a second date. And because they told us we could pick between the two, we said we'll do the first one. Then if you guys sell out, go ahead and book the second date, and we'll do the second date too. I mean,
that's good.
Yeah, so it might be a little busy. It's it's a distillery and what's it?
Eh,
It's pretty cool.
I think he hit the send.
It's all
delicious.
Yeah. Now, because I don't drink, but let me tell you, I did take when I got home, Jeff did buy one of the bottles. And I did sip it, and it's like it's like really, really good. And then I did smell each one that they were tasting, and yeah, they have one. It's apple something.
Wow.
It's like really good. And like I said, Boo hit send. Blame it on Boo. Bubba's
so what'd you say? Jeff's gonna get liquored up that day, huh?
Well, I don't know if he will. Well, actually, we're gonna go probably visit it this weekend again.
Oh, a trial run. That's good.
Yeah, we had lots of trial. He had several trial runs on it this last week. When we went for the visit, but he'll probably have it again. But
right.
It was apple vodka. Yeah, it was. They have another one. They have another one, and it's strawberry. He takes home like fresh strawberries from locally here. He gets them from the area I work at. He gets them from a farm there. And so I didn't taste it, but there was two guys the one guy was from Chicago. They just happened to stop in.
Right.
And they were closed, and they were like, well, just come in and we'll give you, the head distiller, he was like, just come on and we'll let you try a shot. And so he had them taste it, but to smell it, it smelled like a real fresh strawberry. But even the people that taste it, they go, it's like tasting the whole. You can even taste like the stem and everything. It just is so
wow.
So fresh. And they have like small bottles of that I saw, but they it's gonna
nice.
it will be fun. Sage Rat, my coworker used to go trick-or-treating with his kids, and he would take a shot glass with them. He'd be plastered by this is funny. When my kids were younger, and because we have like we still get quite a few trick-or-treaters, but we used to get a lot more. But when my kids were in elementary school and trick-or-treating heavy, I grew up in this neighborhood, so and half the parents grew up in this neighborhood, so we all knew each other. So the parents walking around, we'd have Jello shots, pudding shots. So you knew what houses to go to because it was all your friends. So you'd go, so you'd laugh, you'd sit at the corner, have the shots and everything, and watch your kids walk down the street and trick or treat, come down on the other side, go to the next block, find another house. Because I know the next block over was the Manders. They were the ones that did it, and same thing. Kids would go, and parents would stop, and kids would go up and down the street, go to the next block. I don't remember who was the next block over, but every block had their specialty that they had for the night. So
yeah, your kids got sugared highs, and then the parents got shit faced.
Lucas is a boo sign. He is. Because Jeff's. I didn't get to see his desk because I didn't walk through the whole place. But he said it's so funny to see his desk because it's nothing but plans of how what his next brew is gonna be. So
right.
It's kind of interesting. Can't stop listening to this song. It's the first time I've ever seen using cowbells on its own or at all.
You need more cowbell.
Always cowbell. I told that I was doing something with Boo. She doesn't like cowbell.
Really?
She kind of looked at me and walked away like, what are you doing? I was like, okay, sorry. So, I'm going on. You got to the magazine, going to have a Halloween show.
Yeah. So, it's doing the morning brew. Everybody seems to be enjoying that. So we're going to continue with that. While I'm away, I might do that Saturday morning because I couldn't do it this morning because I had to go downstairs, take care of my mom earlier than usual. So sorry, everybody. I missed it. Sorry.
So I have not seen that. What is the morning brew?
It's just a morning chat show when we're drinking coffee and just talking about what we're going to do about our day or what's going on. And, just a simple chat morning program. That's it.
Sometimes you need that.
Yeah. Everybody seems to be liking it. So yeah, says love coffee with Laura. So yeah, everybody grabs their coffee, tea, whatever. And
I'll
We
have
just
to
talked.
maybe, because Jeff kind of laughs at me because I have my set stuff I listen to, like podcast and that, but sometimes those podcasts I go through them and I'm like done, so I don't have anything to listen to. So I'm always looking for something for my 40-minute drive to work and my 40-minute drive home. So
Oh
maybe I'll have
yeah.
to pop on. And it's funny because everybody's like, well, you're driving. I'm like, I don't watch the screen. I just have it
You
on
just listen to it, right?
I just listen to it and while I'm driving.
Oh,
But
thanks, Mariah. Yeah, see, it's 9 o'clock. I do it 3 days a week. And it's just, everybody grabs their coffee and we all just talk about either what their day's gonna be like or what's going on in the world or in the community, and we just roll with it. So it's just like an open mic coffee chat.
oh wow, it comes in at 1 a.m.
Right. And Pinky, and
Pinky's, ooh,
she's a superstar because she's there.
that is at 1 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, nope. I'm like dead to the wind there.
And so, it can go 2 to 3 hours, and I used to say, oh guys, okay, it's noon. We probably should, buckle it up and let everybody get on with their day. But I'm glad everybody's enjoying it. I have fun.
That's good. What time does it start?
9 o'clock.
9? Okay. Well, see, I'm already at work, so yeah, because I get to work at 7:30 in the morning.
Yeah, I want to be able to speak. And before that, it's it's not that good. So
Yeah, no, we laugh because
still in zombie mode.
we laugh because Jeff literally is one of those people that you cannot talk to him before he has coffee. Like
Yeah.
he does not make sense if he doesn't have coffee. Where I get up and I'm like, I don't have coffee sometimes. Sometimes I have coffee in the morning. Sometimes I don't have coffee. It just depends.
Right.
But yeah, I can function without coffee in the morning.
Well,
Jeff?
I wake up. I don't sleep well at night, so it's I probably get about 2-3 hours of sleep a night. So it's in the morning when I finally do get up, and it's like, no, don't speak to me yet. It just I used to have to tell Nate when I was working because my manager was one of those happy morning people. And he'd come up to me all full of energy, and I said, "Listen, man, I gotta have 5. Back off." And then he'd laugh and walk away. Don't come chippery, all excited and happy to me first thing in the morning. I'm lucky I drive there.
Right? Yeah. And I, like I said, I usually have my hour or my 40-minute drive there to wake up. And then when I get there, I'm like, I usually, because it's nice because I'm getting there at 7:30. It's not like, okay, patients are going to be coming in shortly. I still have like usually an hour to an hour and a half before the first patient walks in that door. So it still gives you a little bit of time to kind of wake up and kind of make sense of stuff.
Right. I told them I was mandatory. I said, you don't schedule any patients in the morning because it's just not going to happen. So when everybody would call, they go, well, Laura, when you available? And I said, okay, you can send them in or whatever. But none of that early, because I would get to work at 6. And they can come at 6. I go, no, they can't.
Yeah, no, you got.
I can't be pleasant, all smiley at 6. So
you gotta have time to prep and get prepared. Because like when I come in the morning, we have like faxes, we have messages that like were sent after we left for the night have been sent. We have prior auths that might need to come through and need more answers. We have requests from patients because I don't know why patients decide at 3 o'clock in the morning, I think I need to schedule an appointment. It's like call during, but it's like, okay, I'll call you back when I get time. But then they'll call and leave about 6 messages and say, I need to make a schedule. It's like, okay, we're busy. You're on my list to call you because I have you 6 times now, and you're on my messenger or on my messages too.
Boy, yeah.
We get those quite a bit. Yeah. Dragging knuckles to the coffee pot.
I would need, time to set up my station, because I'm a ceramicist. So,
yeah,
I had to, my stains and all the glazes and mix certain things. And then I got to read the doctor's script, see what he wants me to do. And it's always different compared to when the patient would come in. And then I'd look in their mouth and say, well, no, that ain't going to happen. I'd have to do it another way. So it takes time to get things together. So first thing in the morning, it's like, no. Sorry, guys.
Well, and a lot of times we hit the door. Like sometimes we have to change our schedule. So we actually are seeing patients to squeeze them in. Like if there's a change in a doctor's schedule, they might say, okay, bring them in at 8:30. Well, this was crazy. We had a couple weeks ago, we had one of our doctors, she had to get a class in, or she couldn't do her clinicals she couldn't work the clinic at the hospital. So we had to, I fortunately did not work that day, but they had to reschedule her appointments. And she actually came in and saw her first patient at 7 a.m. and got done like at 12, just to get her patients in, because she had to reschedule them and she didn't want them. And she already schedules out. So it was like, she just was like, I'll come in at 7. I have to leave at 12 so I can get back there at 2 to take my class and then be done. But it was just like, oh, it's like, yeah, it just really, what's this? I need to go back and comment, but I had to go help my mother and just jumped in. Oh, no problem, Sage. We get it.
We'll be here.
Yep. But yeah, so I mean, our providers are usually good about tweaking their schedules, working through lunches or something if something comes up. But so I'm like, yeah, but usually we're hitting like that. And it never seems to fail. That first patient of the day always seems to be okay.
Yeah.
Let's start the day. That, or it's usually if it's not the first one, it's usually the last one of the day. And it's like,
right.
Okay.
Yeah, I've had to deal with that kind of stuff too. You try to explain things and they don't understand it. So you try to explain it so they can understand it. And we had this one girl, she come in and I was doing a central front tooth. They're the hardest to get to blend.
Yeah.
And we're trying to explain this to this girl that when we did it, I kept putting it in. She goes, well, no, I don't like it. I want it to be whiter. Well, if we do it whiter, it's not going to match the rest of the teeth in your mouth. And she couldn't understand this.
Yeah.
So, I was on edge. I'm thinking like, girl, what you're expecting isn't going to happen. It's not going to match in your mouth. You're going to smile and you're going to have this white chiclet and the rest of your teeth just are not going to blend.
Yeah. My sister actually was in a car when she was in her senior year in high school. We were in a car accident and she lost her front tooth. And I remember the dentist, because he couldn't match it, he was like, we're going to send you to a lab and have them match it. And it took, I can't tell you how many trips, but they got it to where they actually got it to match perfectly, where could tell. I mean, you could tell you couldn't tell, but you could tell that there was something different, but you would not, if you didn't know, you really didn't know, because the color was so well.
Yeah. Really, I know, not to toot my own horn. No, you'd never know it. You'd never know it. I mean, I've got over 30 years on it.
Yeah.
You would never know. And trick is, a lot of places don't do this. You match the patient up with the shade guide in the room, in the office. You take them outside too.
Mm-hmm.
Natural light is very important. It's different than the inside. So that's what, because I would say, well, come on, we got to go outside. And they look at me weird. I go, I got to get you in a natural light. And then, and then I get it. I mean, I've done staining where it's just from a photograph because the patient couldn't come in.
Mm-hmm.
So the doctor would send me several photographs online, on my phone, anywhere. And then I would, study the photos, and then I would get it down to where it matched perfectly just from a photograph. So, I mean, it takes a long time to learn. But the trick is, you should put it in there, and I would never let them leave until they were 100% happy, and I was 100% happy.
Yeah.
Because I mean, that's my work, and so if it didn't look real, they didn't get to leave. So
yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, because it's your smile. You have to make sure that you're 100% comfortable with it. Sir Pomp is wondering when Dana is going to invite the biggest liability in the community on live. That is the issue, liability, because I probably will get my channel shut down.
Oh.
I don't know. I just got a feeling if I had Pomp on, he probably would say, it'd be like, oh, I don't know. I have to think about that one. I have to truly think about that one. We'll have to see. I have to really think. I'll have to think about that one. Yeah, but it's crazy because I know even with doing like a lot of different things, you have to go, because even like with us doing our lighting here, you saw Jeff and I what it looks like with the door open.
Yeah.
When it's like he likes the lighting a certain way, I like the lighting a certain way, so we become a happy medium with it a lot of times.
I hate my lighting, so I'm still working on that.
Yeah, well, the ring light that we got is perfect because we can change stuff all the time.
Right.
All right, no, I have to be a Jeff, which is terrible because I'm never a Jeff, but I have to step away for a minute.
Gotta go potty.
No, I actually gotta do something else because I forgot to do it and I remembered, so I gotta go do it real quick before I forget. It's taking meds, so I gotta do it real quick.
Oh, all right, go do that. That's important.
Yep, I'll be right back. Laura, just keep them busy for a minute.
Oh, all right. I could do hand puppets. And I did see your comment earlier.
Yeah, but Laura still froze. All right, I'm just sitting in here for a second, everybody. I don't know if y'all can see me or hear me. Laura, you froze. Where'd you go? Now I'm just sitting in for a second while Dana takes a break. She pulled a Jeff. That's awesome because I always get in trouble. Uh-oh. I lost Laura.
How'd you do that?
I don't know. She just disappeared. Hopefully she joins back on.
Oh,
She has internet issues sometimes. So how is everybody doing tonight? I'm harassing in the chats. Just holding Dana's spot for a second. Miss Boo is in the house with me. She's been sitting back there listening to me. Yeah, Candy, I'm sure she'll be back. I like I said, I know she has internet issues sometimes. So, or she just didn't want to be on with me. That could be it too. I don't know. Just kidding. Oh, so how is everybody doing tonight? I've been watching the chat. And Dana is coming back right now. So I will see y'all later.
is Laura back?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
She just disappeared. She froze and then disappeared. Look out, puppies.
She has the link though, right?
Yeah, she should be.
Well, you might have to be my cohort here.
She may be able to click on it. Well, I'll go watch it if she doesn't come back.
Okay. Well, I am back. Hopefully Laura can come back. If anyone has questions, just always make sure you put a Q in front of it and go from there. Dana, I've changed. Yeah. Jeff does that I do that to Jeff all the time when he's on those late night ones. He'll have to do something. I'll jump in. People are like, whoa. It's like, yeah. Yeah, she probably had to reboot. So hopefully she'll be back in. Hopefully. What do I got planned for Halloween? Well, so we do in our area, we do a lot of stuff. So all Halloween is crazy for us. Like all of October, we have lectures we do at libraries. We have lectures we do at restaurants. We have lectures we do at bars. We teach a class. For Halloween specific day, we do pass out candy because we do. Halloween's my favorite holiday. So we do pass out a lot of candy.
Sorry. Something.
There you are.
Something haywire, and we lost internet. So.
Oh, how crazy!
Sorry, guys.
But you are back, so that's what counts.
All right. I'm thinking, oh my God, what the hell's going on? I'm going through everything. And it says no internet. I'm thinking, oh, great.
It's because Jeff came.
I thought, oh God, did I do so? I didn't even move. You got up and it went squirrely. And I'm thinking, shit.
Oh, wow. Yeah, Jeff came up, so it was like kind of funny. Yeah, so we actually do pass out because we have Bert outside, which Not next week. The following week, he gets his voice for the month. I'm so excited. So Bert gets his voice back in the last week of September, and he has his voice all through October. November 1st, I do take November 1st, he gets his voice turned off, but then he get taken out that week and put away for until the fall. But he actually is getting his outfit taken off. Probably this week I'll take off this weekend. He might get his outfit taken off for Halloween. I think this year he's going to be a ghost.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, people are like, wait, you're going to dress your skeleton up as a ghost? I'm like, yeah,
Why not?
Why not? There's going to be other little ghosts in the yard. Because we this year we're decorating with ghosts. I have these like ghosts that they set up and they look like they're moving in the yard, but they kind of just sway.
Oh, fun.
And they light up. So that's what we're just doing that. And then there's like a blow up haunted house on the one side that will go. So that's what we're doing for Halloween.
Cute.
We, like I said, we get a lot of trick-or-treaters. I'm one of those people that gives a lot of candy out. Although I've cut back on giving out candy, and I give out like cookies and bags of chips and like crackers and things like that. And I give them out a little bit of candy, but they get mostly those things instead. So it's not like complete, because there's a lot of kids in our area that can't have like a lot of the chocolates and a lot of the sugary stuff. So I've gone to doing that. So the kids like it. So it's like, okay.
It's all right.
And then I usually have some things like some sensory toys for kids that can't have any of that. I usually have sensory toys and stuff like that. And then we have doggy treats that we put out.
Oh, that's nice.
Even though our dogs don't go out there because they bark at everybody.
I know, that's my dog too.
And but now it's funny because I think Boo would be okay if we had her out there on a leash. I think she'd be okay. Styles, he'd go bark and then he'd scare everybody because when he barks, he lunges forward. So it would be like, yeah.
Yeah, Athena turns into a crazed animal. So yeah, I can't have her.
Yeah. So usually they get blocked out from being able to bark at the window because Boo will bark. Boo is so funny. She can be outside the door in the yard, and a dog, whatever, will walk by. She doesn't bark. You come in the house and she goes to her window and she'll bark at everything. It's like you just didn't bark at them out there. You ran in the house to go bark at them out the window.
Yeah.
It's like, really?
It makes sense to her.
It does,
Yeah.
but it's just like, although Boo's liking this with the woodworking stuff right now, she actually is the only dog that gets to come out and roam without a leash on.
Right.
And so everybody's kind of like, all the other dogs are like, what's up with this?
Yeah.
But
Wait, what's it?
if she does not, she will just not stop whining and crying if she's not next to me. So it's like, just let her out. And so, but she's learned she doesn't run off. So it's like, it's like, as long as you're not going to run off, and as soon as you call her, she comes back. So we're like, okay.
Right.
So,
yeah.
So she gets to stay with us. But yeah, we were thinking about doing a trunk or treat thing this year, but I don't know if we're going to do it yet or not. Because we got so much going on with trying to get ready for like Christmas shows and that with the woodworking stuff. So
yeah, you got to get all that stuff done.
Yep. So besides your show, do you guys pass out candy at your house?
We used to do the whole full decoration, everything. We would pick a theme and then we would go for it and make everything and set it all up, and fog machines, everything, lighting, it was just the whole nine. And everybody used to be a family project. And then when my mom started getting the dementia, that's when we stopped. Because it was just too much work. It took us a month to get it set up and rolling.
Yeah, it takes, we have a very small yard, and it would take me like 2 weeks to get everything where I wanted it and that.
Well, we have full length porches on our house. So we would enclose the downstairs porch all in black plastic. And then we put up black lighting, and then, because everything would glow in the dark. And like I said, like one year we did Mad Scientist theme. And so we had to make up the table and made a patient, and then, you use the spray foam as guts, and we would spray paint all of that. And then, like jars of body parts and flying bats, and then the whole front lawn was a cemetery, all fenced in. We had a 7-foot reaper that my mom and I made. And then my uncle would come over, and he had the costume with the bleeding chest and the skull head, and he would stand in the cemetery. As the kids would come up, he'd scare the crap out of these poor kids.
Well,
everybody loved it. It was a lot of work.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's so, people don't realize how much time you put in. Because like he's up there, so I can't grab him. But like I did, because I'm starting to learn how to age things to make creepy dolls.
Right.
And so I just got another way of doing it. But like I did the skeleton, so it looks like there's flesh coming off of them and that. So I might put those skeletons out this year. I did one, but then I might make another one to sell. Or I might put in our basket that we have for the one presentation we're doing in November. I'm like, I might put it in there. I don't know yet. But we I don't think sometimes people realize how much time
it takes. A lot of time. It's fun though.
It is. I love it, especially when the kids. Oh, we always put up a fire pit in front too, so if it's cold, the kids can warm up.
Right.
So we always have a little fire pit going up there too.
So that's nice. But yeah, since my mom got sick, we stopped doing that, and all the kids in the neighborhood grow up. So we really, probably about 3 or 4. So yeah, we just shut the lights off because it's just, I'm not gonna sit down there just for 3 or 4 kids. And I used to dress up full costume.
Yeah.
And it was always a great time. But everybody's grown up, moved away, and so I don't put anything out. I was thinking about and then I started just put like pumpkins on the porch and stuff like that. But.
Yeah, we used to get like 300 kids. Now last year we didn't even get half that.
Yeah.
So it's like, but then it also depends on what the weather is.
Yeah.
If it's cold, if it's
They're
hot.
calling for early snow this season. So
yeah, so it's like you don't know. And because we also have a tent we can put up that has sides to it. So you can we sit in that and kind of warm up, but then we have the we actually have the cauldron like kind of sitting out in front, but you can still warm up and then jump in if need be. So
hey Carla, hey Susan, it's fun to say hi to them.
Voting for Boo? Boo came in 5th place, so we did not win, but I'm gonna enter her with another picture probably in maybe December, if not December, January, and see how that goes. So I got lots of great pictures of Boo, so it does help. I got a couple. I might even do one with Boo and Bubba, but I do thank everybody that did vote because I could see our numbers go up. Because we made it to the semifinals, but then at that point we came in 5th at the semifinals because then they take the top. No, they take the top. I think 2 or 3 from the semifinals. I think it's top 2, and then they move up to the final round. But so we came in 5th, but I still appreciate everybody that did vote for her. And that is one of my favorite pictures of her that we did put up because it just is. She looks like she's so sweet and innocent, and she is so not. so not. Yeah, and 5th place is good. Because I didn't expect to get, like, right off the bat, we were like in the first round, we were like in 2nd place. It was like, wow, I didn't expect to be even that close. But then it was like, okay, because I was kind of just filling out what do they kind of like. And when I saw the grouping word, I'm like, wow, these things are so random. So it's not going to matter what I put it in. They group. I guess when you sign up, it's like that number you get, and then that's the group you kind of go in.
Right.
And so it was like, well, I just got lucky because there wasn't a lot of animals in that group. So it was like, okay, I think there's one other animal that was like, I think 3 animals in the group. But none of them they were just like snapshots of their animals, not like, I mean, hers is like posed. So it's, yeah. But I'm a little, prejudiced because it's my dog, but she is cute. So was Bubba. But, so I have not gotten to it yet, but the part of my, my theme.
Oh, no, here comes the books.
So you got green or blue?
We'll go with blue.
All right. And 1 through 60.
10.
10. What music song would you play every time you walked into a room?
What music song I would play every time I walked into a room? The fanfare from like the palace. You know.
I know what? I should actually have Jeff on and have him answer these questions with me, like he was answering them for me.
Right.
That's an idea one time. Making him, because I would love to know what he would say for that one, because I got a feeling I know what song he would say, but I don't know if he would actually say that song. I'll give him a freebie on that one. Jeffrey, answer that question.
Answer that question, Jeff.
And let me know if I have to repeat it. He's not gonna. He's taking forever.
I figured it would be something silly like that, just to make everybody laugh. But the trumpet sound. Doo, 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 doo. I'm here.
So yeah, that would be a very. I like mine. Yeah, I want to see what Jeff says, because I got a feeling I think he knows what I would say, but maybe not. Maybe not. All right, blue or green?
We'll try green.
All right, what number?
2.
Da-dum. What made you smile today?
My dog.
Your dog. Oh,
yeah.
My dog always makes me smile too. They just make you smile.
You're right. They give you that look.
Jeffrey, come and see if you need the question.
I'm delayed. Oh, that's unacceptable. You're fired.
It's lame. All right. Blue or green?
Blue.
Yeah. I have to hold it up because when I hold them here, they look like when I hold them here.
It's a different color.
They're like, yeah, like here I can see what they are. But when I hold them here, like because of they look the same. So I have to guess. You said
when you have it tilted at a different angle, the blue one looks purple.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
You said blue, right?
Blue.
What number?
We'll go with 4.
You're going for those low numbers.
It's the song Crazy Bitch.
Crazy Bitch.
I put it in the comments.
Did you? Yeah, I didn't see it.
Because I'm delayed.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't see it in there. Yeah, I don't see it in there.
Yeah, me neither.
He knows me very well.
Aha.
So 4, what do you usually think about while you are sitting on the toilet?
Pretty much what I've got to do for the day.
Yeah, some of these you have seen where some of these are very different. Okay. I was like, I forgot to pre-warn you. Just remember.
Or I'll sit there and say, this is really annoying having to go to the bathroom. I've said that. Well, I got stuff to do. I don't have time for this.
Okay, and because somebody asked me one time, they're like, and it's like, okay, a lot of these questions are just random. Like a lot of the blue one, the majority of the questions in this one are just random questions that come to your head, to my ADHD brain. And I just want answers because I was like, what do you think? I don't know. This one I kind of had some help with, but these are more like, these you never know what you're going to get because this is the squirrel brain here. This is like the normal brain. Right. Yeah, kind of. I mean, they're not all, but most of them are squirrel questions. So, all righty. So we'll go one more question.
All right, we'll do the squirrel again.
All right. See, I have to look because I can't tell. What number this time?
We'll do 25.
Oh, that is so weird because I actually had it open to 25.
See? Sending the message.
Oh, here we go. Why is it so difficult for women to put mascara on with their mouths closed?
Because your eye opens up further when you open up your mouth.
Now, this is funny.
When you do that, your eyes open, so
it's funny because I actually can do it both ways. with my eye. Like my lower is
Right.
always closed. My upper, depending on which mascara I'm using, I can do it that way. But yeah. But it's funny because if I'm doing my right eye, I open my mouth. My left eye, I don't have to.
Yeah, I don't worry about it because I don't wear it.
Oh yeah, yeah. Then you don't have to worry about it.
Makes my eyes water, and I water as it is. So just
Yeah, and it's funny because it's one of those things. Because it was funny. I had that question, and I was like, wait, why do I? And then I started paying attention. It's like, how weird is it that when I'm my right eye, I open my mouth. My left eye, I don't.
right.
But then the bottoms, I don't. So I'm
I
like,
just think it's because when you do that, your eye just opens up wider when you have a tendency to do that. So
I worked for an eye doctor, and I asked him that. I asked him that question one time because squirrel moment, and he goes, that's so. This is his response. He goes, that's the stupidest question somebody could ask. I don't know why. I'm like, well, you're an eye doctor. You should know. He goes, I don't know why.
all right,
I'm like, okay. I'm like, whatever.
I would expect that from saying, Dana, what the hell are you smoking? Why? How the hell do I know? I don't put mascara on.
No, and this was one of my favorite doctors. Because one time I actually had to go see him because I had overnight. I did something to my eye in the morning. I couldn't open my eye. It was like I couldn't see out. I mean, literally could not see out of my eye, which scared me because I'm a diabetic. And so, I mean, I was like, my eye, I couldn't see out of it. It was black. And so I went and he did an eye exam. He's like, okay, everything looks fine. It looks like there's just a little scratch, no problem. So he came in the next morning and and this was in our old building. And so our doctor's offices were right in front of us. And then they came to the back to see us if they wanted to see anybody in scheduling. And he came, and my office was the first one when you walked to the back. And then he came around. And so he flung around and he was like, Dana, and that scared. I was on the phone and I screamed. I scared the poor old lady that was on the phone. And he goes, oh, he didn't think about it that we could be on because it doesn't look like we're on the phone because we had headphones on.
Right.
And yeah, so he goes, he never did that again. He would always kind of peek in first and then he'd see. And then if he didn't hear me, then he'd come back and I'm like, oh my God. So it's like, yes, we need to do what, Jeffrey? We need to do a power hour soon. Yes. Maybe around Halloween, we do a power hour. Maybe. Yes. No. I don't know. I didn't hear him say anything. It's like, whoops, sorry.
Yeah. She
looks like
makeup.
So, and it's like my daughter is like that. My one daughter loves makeup. She has, I like literally the palette, like they'll have like specialty palettes that you can get.
All right.
I kid you not, when she went to boot camp, the one thing she wanted us to bring her to graduation was her makeup palettes. I kid you not, my carry-on, I checked one bag because I had to, but she made me insist that I was taking her makeup palettes in a carry-on. So I was like, okay. And so I had a carry-on suitcase that was nothing but makeup palettes.
Oh my God.
And she literally, she had it's at, what store was it? Ulta?
Yeah.
You know how they have their customer thingy, and I don't know what the levels were, but she was the top level of that. Okay. I mean, so she got a lot of her. Yeah. So she got a lot of free stuff all the time. So she had she had like $200, $300 palettes. And then so it was like, okay, well, I'm going to take these you can take home. And then it was after a while, she's like, well, if you want, you can try to sell these. I'm like, wait, people are going to buy. She goes, people will buy these because you can clean. She showed me how to, she's like, you just got to clean the top with alcohol and you can resell them. Yeah. And I was like, are you kidding me? And she goes, first offer them to my friends. If any of my friends want them, she gave me specific friends. If they wanted them, they could have them. But then if they didn't want them, she said, just try to sell them. I was like, okay.
Right.
All right. To answer Pinky's question, what is Power Hour? So Jeff kind of started doing it, but basically it is a drinking game that we do on a live. And you start it with a shot. You have your main drink that you're going to drink. And then you have your penalty drink, which is a shot of something. Depends on whatever you do. Because like for me, when I did it, I think I did, my main drink was like a wine cooler. And then my shot was tequila at one
Right.
point. Jeff's was totally different.
I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay. And so what we did is then every 60 seconds, you take a drink of your regular drink. But then you have things that are considered a penalty. Like sometimes when we play it, if you say, like usually this is when we do, is you have everybody has a different name than what their actual name is. So for instance, Laura, her name might be Gladys for the night. Mine could be like Jeff. I mean, you're off the top, not even close to what your normal name would be. Then what happens is, so say somebody doesn't call you by that name, you have to take a shot of whatever you're taking. So usually halfway through the hour, you're already feeling pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And then by the end of the game, and then at the end of the game, it's just let loose. But usually, because Jeff tried this a different way this last time and did not follow the rules like we were supposed to. And not everybody understood the rules before we played, that it was an actual drinking game. So it was like, yeah, I know you have to, because he was like, well, you want people to ask questions from the comments, and we can't do that when we do the power hour. It's basically, I roll a dice, whoever's number, and everybody's assigned a number too. So you roll the dice, whoever, and so we can play up to 6 people when we do power hour.
Right.
But what happens then, you roll the dice, whoever's number, I have 2 colored dice. So it's like the question one is like one color, and the person that's going to answer is another color for the dice. So say a blue 2 came up, so they're going to ask a question to a green, the green, which is answering 4. So whoever's assigned to those numbers, 2 will ask the question for 4 to answer. And then if 4 doesn't answer the question, a penalty shot. And yeah, and Kenny did puss out, and he cheated because he did not realize what we were doing.
Right.
Yeah, and you would not believe how crazy you can.
So he was tipping the tea before he had to.
Who?
Kenny.
No,
Oh.
he didn't, because he had something going on the next day, and he didn't realize it was a drinking game. So he had to cut back on it because he couldn't do it. Yeah, so he wasn't able to do it with us like we should have done it. So we're like, and so we have now said we have to make sure, even before they agree to coming on, that we sit and verbally talk to them and explain to them, look, you're going to get drunk. I mean, you're literally going to you're going to be feeling it by that end of the hour. So then what happens is, at the end of the hour, then we open it up to answer people in the comments can answer questions, because at that point, because if you don't move fast enough, you don't get the buzz. And then because like when we did it, people weren't getting the buzz because they weren't drinking like at that every 60 minutes. Yeah,
I shouldn't play that. No, that's a bad thing for me. Stuff might come out that nobody wants to hear about.
No, he was doing it, but he was drinking. He wasn't drinking. He was drinking like soda or something.
Yeah,
but it was
no filters when I get like that. So
yeah. Now here's another one for Jeff question. If I'm drinking, what song should be playing? Jeff should answer that one. He should know that one. I know he was fake drinking, Jeffrey.
Aha. He wasn't drinking his tea.
He was, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, well, we're waiting for Jeff to answer that question. Blue or green?
Let's do we'll do blue again.
All right. What number?
Let's go with 30. My age. No.
Have you ever had a really bad haircut?
Oh, yes. I have naturally curly hair, and my hair has always been long since I was a little girl. And my mother got tired of hearing me scream because back then you just had those crappy old brushes and you used to rip your hair out. And I used to scream all the time. So she got sick of it and she cut it all off. And then by the time she was done, I had my own little afro. I looked like a human Q-tip. So yeah, that was bad.
Yeah, no, I remember those brushes. I hated them brushes.
Yeah.
Oh,
and even like, oh, stop. And I'm like, ah.
Yeah, my mom used to always do that. And it's painful to be beautiful. Because when I was in high school, I used to have, being a majorette, I used to have super tight French braids.
Yeah.
And I mean, my eyes would be going back. It hurt so bad.
Yeah.
But then my one daughter needed it for dance and for band. And then my other one needed it for band and drum major. So the same thing. They're like, oh my God. And it's like, yeah, I know. But I was always very careful with brushes, trying to make sure I got good brushes for my kids because I hated that. But it's so
back in the day, they didn't make brushes for people with curly hair.
No, it was those the ones that were wire with the little plastic tips, and that was all you got the horse mane brush. That was it.
And that was it. And then so nowadays they've got people with curly hair really shouldn't use a brush, but
yeah. I actually use a water comb. And so because somebody asked me, they're like, how do you get your hair? Why is your hair always so straight? And I'm like, because as soon as I get out of the shower, I let it dry a little bit, but I do a water comb through it. And so it straightens it out. And like a lot of the kink comes out of my hair then. So, but then somebody will ask me, they're like, how do you get your hair so curly? I keep it wet and I take it and put it in like little ponytails, but I ball it up with my like hair ties. And then it's like wavy, super wavy when I take it down. So it's either
I brush mine out, I just run my fingers through it and shake them, and then like boing, the curls come right up. And
and
a lot of times I straighten it. A lot of times you guys see me with straight hair because I'll straighten it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you saw my hair was wet when I came out, and so this is my wet. It's almost dry except in the back. It's still wet, but like this up here is already dry, and you can see how straight it is already. So I usually just have to touch up and just with the hot iron, just swoop it out the ends, and that's it. And I told you, Jeffrey knows me very well. So he knows me very, very well. Because because tequila is my favorite drink. Tequila. I taught Jeff how to drink tequila with cranberry juice. He looked at me like, what? He goes, I'm telling you, try it.
Stuff is good with cranberry juice.
He's like, that is actually pretty good. I said, I told you. I'm like, I told you. What was that? Candy, I saw that, but don't remember if she wanted to do a drinking stream. I don't know who he was talking about. I figure if I'm going to lie about my age, I want to look good. There you go.
Look good. Yeah.
Should always do that.
I always shoot at a different number.
At Boo Productions Toledo, what makes... So that would... Oh, yeah, no, I don't know, because that's addressed to Jeff, not me. So, but no, he knows that's what... Yeah, I love margaritas.
You love a good margarita.
Margaritas are my favorite, and I probably found a place that I probably would drink one, but I know I have to make sure that my sugar is in check before I would even take one drink, and I'm sure I could probably put at least 6 or 7 of them down, like quickly. This was after I went off Ozempic, because on Ozempic you couldn't drink. I had to wait 2 weeks after I was off Ozempic before I could have alcohol again. And we went out and had margaritas. We got a pitcher. I think Jeff had a glass this big, and I had the rest of the pitcher. But the margaritas from that place go down so smooth. Mm-hmm. But Jeffrey makes a really good margarita. So it's like, yeah. But yeah, So margarita. But now I can't tell you. I think I can't even tell you the last time I actually had a drink, like a whole drink, because the last time I had one, I got sick. And so I haven't really had
Oh.
anything to drink.
Yeah, he said you drank a pitcher the last time that you went there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, boozer.
Yeah. But like we have the German Fest. I don't drink at the German Fest, but I'm not a big beer drinker anyhow, but I don't drink beer or wine when we go to the German Fest.
Right.
I might have a sip of somebody's stuff, but I don't drink, like, usually I don't have full drinks anymore. I'll just take a sip.
Yeah, I haven't had anything. God, I think it was last year when Carla and Susan and I did a show for something, and we had drinks, and I had wine.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was like last year. So, but this weekend I might bring Uncle Jack with me.
So now this is funny because I made Jeff stop we were coming home from our friend's house last weekend. And I was like, we were passing the one pumpkin patch that's by our house, and they always have like really good apple cider there. I'm like, oh, we need to stop and get some apple cider. We went past, I was like, oh, I should have stopped. And I'm like, you know what? I'm going to stop. So I went back and he ran in and got me some apple cider, a gallon of apple cider. Because this time of year, it's Fireball and apple cider, but heated up and then put cinnamon sticks in it. Oh,
really?
Yes. And now what you can do, if the foam, like the cold foam, like you can put in, you can get in the can now, and you put that on top of it with a cinnamon stick. And you can put a little nutmeg on it. I usually, if I heat it up, I do apple cider, the Fireball, and I'll put cinnamon, nutmeg, and allspice in there. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
What are you calling it? The hot apple?
Yeah, I just had apple cider, and that's all we do is just put it in there, heat it up. That's kind of my fall drink, but now I don't drink it as much. But I have to pace myself even on the apple cider because of my sugar counts.
Yeah, you gotta be real careful.
Yeah, so I drink about this much apple cider when I drink it, and I'm like, and then I'm always craving more. So I have to check my sugar to make sure it stays okay so I can go back. Because I will admit, I did this the other day. I wanted a big, like, solo cup, like Jeff solo cup of apple cider. So I checked my sugar, and where it was at, I was okay. But I knew putting that in me was probably going to send me a little bit farther than I should go. So I literally gave myself insulin before I drank that drink, because
I know people that do that. Yeah.
Because I knew it was, I was in a good level. So it wasn't like I even had to inject, if I was eating anything, inject at that point. But I was like, no, I know how much sugar's in that drink.
Well, it's all sugar.
Yeah. And I'm like, yeah,
it's all sugar. How's it going, James?
So good.
It does taste good. It's terrible.
Hi, James. Yeah, this is another one. Oh, the John Daly's, the Good Boy. Is it Good Boy? I think. I'm surprised it doesn't have a can around here.
Oh, that's right. I've heard you guys talk about those. Yeah.
Oh, those are another thing. If I was drinking, like, I like vodka too. So anything with like vodka, I like to drink. That one is one you can't tell you can't even tell there's vodka in there.
Oh.
I mean, it's just like drinking water. It's just like, whoops, I drank too much. I think I took a drink of that, and I thought I was taking a small sip, and I came back and I probably took another sip, and it was a lot more than I normally would.
Yeah. I have to be in the mood to drink, so it's very rare.
It is fun though, because now my sister and I are my sister, myself, and my brother-in-law are the sober ones. So it's fun watching the kids now. So they used to have to kind of see how they had to deal with us when we would go out when they couldn't drink. But now it's turned where we're the ones slowing down. And then at one point we all would drink together. Now it's starting to get to the point where a couple of us are slowing down a little bit. The rest of them are still hog heavy on it.
Oh yeah. Well, that's what we used to do. We would save like the drinking time for like when we would go to camp every year, and we would all go as a family. And my niece, as growing up, well, she was legal one year we went, and that was the first time that we seen her intoxicated. Man, she was sick. So I stood over her while she was being sick. I go, it's real cool to be an adult, isn't it?
Well, we did the first time we all got together as adults and all of us could drink. And it was for my youngest daughter's 21st birthday. And we went to Put-in-Bay, which is it's like a drinking haven on the weekends there, like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It's like it's a drunk fest. I mean, there's not a lot of cars there. Everything's on golf carts or bikes, or you walk. And we actually rented out a cabin because we had a weekend there, and it was for her 21st birthday. And she was home from the service. So it was like perfect thing to do. And we ended up, we drank so much. I mean, but because then we would go to the bars and drink, then we'd come back to the cabin and drink. And it was like a little jot but you have to watch too, because you can get tickets on golf carts and get taken to prison. Yeah. And so it was like, you really have to watch. So at one point, my oldest daughter didn't feel good, so I had to take her back. She's spewing off the side of the golf cart. It was like, okay, in the dark, because it's pitch black where we were staying. It's almost pitch black, no street lights. Right. So you're kind of on your own trying to get there. And at one point, we'd come back then. She puked fine. We went back to the bars. I mean, it was like, yeah. And then it was funny because one night Jeff decided that he wanted to go Bigfoot hunting on the island. So we had to hide all the golf cart keys because we had to make sure that it was locked and so he couldn't get, because it was like, yeah, that's not a good idea. And what did he say? Oh yeah. And that was not good how much I drank. Yeah. And it's like, it was crazy because like everybody like, this is something too. When Jeff and my nephew get together, it's trouble. Oh, a lot of trouble, because they like to go to Mojito Bay and they could stay the whole day there. But you go to other bars and then they say they're going to the bathroom, then they sneak out and go back to Mojito Bay. So now whenever we go to like Put-in-Bay, we always have to make sure that somebody is following them, or at least one of them. And we also make sure their location is on their phones if they're sharing it with us. Right. Because they will sneak off to there. Then they told us they were going to another bar. They snuck off to another bar that was closer to the docks, and we couldn't get them to leave there. We literally could have missed our ferry back to the mainland because they were just being sneaky. Mm-hmm. He says, I'm telling you, Bigfoot is there. Go find him, Jeff. Go find him. Yeah, it's like, let's go when you're sober and not drunk. I mean, because you could fall off on this island and never be found again. Bad news. Hi, misbehaving. Welcome. Oops. Yeah. The mojitos. I would probably say between Jeff and my nephew, they probably put away at least 20 between the two of them. I used to do that in the younger days, and not anymore. Why do you have your hand up? Yes, Jeffrey, you have a question? I know. I'm like, why do you have your hand up? I got a feeling he's going to ask something crazy. But yeah, the two of them, I mean, it's fun to watch them though. And especially then, because, this is something we'll have around Halloween too. It's usually the Saturday before Halloween. My nephew's friends have a Halloween party, a Halloween costume party, but Jeff's friend also has a Halloween party. So we end up going to both. And hand up. Yeah, they double fist them for sure. And they still got two in their hands and they're going back to get their next one. Right. So it's like, they bring them back. Getting drunk from the fumes. Yeah, they get back and then they just go. It's like, I don't do that stuff anymore. Yeah, I mean, the last time I drank though, like big time like that, was when I think we went for her 21st birthday. I haven't really drank anything like that. I mean, it's been a long time. Yeah. Hand up means I'm taking responsibility for a bad choice. Yes, you did. Bad choices all the time. It happens. Misbehaving. You want to drink? Yeah. I'm telling you, when it's like my nephew and the girl, then I think Jeff, this was the first drink I think Jeff ever paid for that he about shit his pants. I can't even remember. I remember it had Red Bull. I think it was Red Bull and vodka. And I can't remember, but this drink was like ridiculously expensive. It was like, I cannot believe they even charged that much for it. It was, I want to say it was like $20 for it. I don't know. It was just crazy. But that's what my daughter used to like.
That's
now my
wild.
daughter, Erin, she's just like the rest of them. They drink anything and everything. But when we go, the first thing we do is hit the winery. And the winery, that year that we went for her birthday, we actually, I want to say, we bought 6 bottles of wine and 3 like snack trays to like it's cheese and crackers and fruits and pickles and meats and that on there. 3 of those. And between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of us, 6 bottles of wine, and this is wine right there from the the vineyard that we were at. Right off the bat, 10 o'clock in the morning, 6 bottles of wine, 1 grape juice, so non-alcoholic. So we had 7 bottles of fluid,
right?
And we share them, and then we go and play putt-putt. Yeah, that putt-putt takes a long time to play when you've already had that much with you. But I will say they have the best ice wine. If you've never tried an ice wine, it's super smooth and it's really, really, really good.
Sounds good. Jeff said it was $38 for 2 Red Bulls and vodkas. That's crazy. But I know somebody who's paid $50 just for 1 drink. So it's, and that's just because they wanted to try it, but they could afford it, so it's a big deal.
Yeah. Yes, I mean, it's like, it was like crazy. It was like, are you kidding me? When
even if I could afford it, I wouldn't pay that.
Yeah, I was like, but it was like, because he came, it was like $40 for 2 drinks. So it was like, so we, at that point, they didn't order any more drinks from that where we were at, because it was like,
well, it's like the last time we went to, I go, there's one place up in Alex Bay, and it's a restaurant/bar, and they always have a fish. It's not fish fry, it's broiled fish. It is just freaking awesome, and I love it to death. But I always have to drink a beer with it. I don't know why, it just goes. And of course, I'm really picky about beer that I drink, so I ordered a Corona. And it was like $9 just for the beer. I said, Christ sakes, I could get a whole 6-pack for $9.
Well, I know Toledo Spirits, where we're going probably this weekend and where we're doing our event, their signature drinks are like $14 for a drink.
Isn't that crazy? And you can buy the whole bottle of booze for that.
Oh, no, a bottle? This is the bottle we just bought.
Right.
Which this is really good. How much do you think this bottle was?
Oh, I'm going to guess $45.
It was $50. So
yeah.
But it is.
Yeah, I won't do that.
But it is a crafted. I mean, I guess because I did spend a lot on a bottle of wine for Jeff too. So, but not this time. This is funny. When we first started dating, he did not realize when he would tell me things, I would write them down. And so I would remember what he said. And at one point, because his ex was not very nice. And Jeff was never like really ever he never got presents or really like gifts that he wanted. It was just like, and like Father's Day, he wouldn't get things. And for his birthday, he wouldn't get things. And for even Christmas, he really didn't get really anything. So for the first few Christmases, he got really spoiled. I want to say it was his birthday. Or no, I couldn't do it for his birthday. So I had to do it different because of the shipping. They couldn't ship it at certain times a year. But he had said at one point there was a Tool from the band Tool. One of the guys had a winery and made wine. And he goes, someday I need to buy some of that wine. So I figured it out. And I actually bought him a bottle of that wine. And I did not buy the most expensive bottle, but I didn't buy the cheapest bottle. And but I will tell you, it was one of the most amazing wines I've ever had. And actually, he actually opened that bottle for when we got engaged. So we had that the day we got engaged because I told him it's a special occasion bottle. And that's what his special occasion bottle was. But it was, I kept like tiny little things. So, we will try sometimes to buy, like we have Robert the Dow rum too somewhere. So we have different, we buy, sometimes we'll buy special things, but that's another one that it's like for special occasion bottles. So it's not like it's something that we're going to chug it down right away.
If you're going to use it as a collector's piece, then you wouldn't even open it. They had that a while back, Star Trek, people come out with, it was Klingon wine.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted it because of the bottle. The bottle was incredible. And, they wanted like almost $100 just for the one bottle. I go, well, I don't like it that much, which was a shame because I would love to have the bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. And so, it was just I think it was, for me, it was like, it was more that it was something he's wanted, but he wouldn't get for himself. And so it was like, okay, well, no, you do a lot. People should appreciate, I appreciate him. Right. Other people should appreciate him. And so I just really.
Well, yeah, he should have special things too, just like everybody else. Sage wants to know, Robert the Dow, did they dip his toe in it?
No, actually, I don't know. We actually have it sitting up here. It's a really cool bottle. If I can get to it.
They dipped his ass cheeks in it. Makes it more special.
Well, we actually had the guy on our show, and so he sent us. That's how we got Robert the Dow,
right?
Because the guy, he sent it to us. We sent us a book, some stickers, and he sent us all kinds of really cool stuff. And we were going to buy the book, but
it's cute.
That's what the rum. We did buy the rum. He didn't send us the rum, but that's what the rum bottle looks like.
Did you? Is it good?
It is, and you know what? I haven't smelt it in a while either, but it's really.
I like rum.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Don't touch Robert.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's a funny story with him, too. Boo.
Robert the Doll.
Boo was, she had a death wish, apparently, because...
She attacked Robert the Doll?
We actually we took him to an event with us to put him on display. And so we had him in a box, and he was sitting on top of the box. And Boo, we were just coming in and out. We just put the bag down. Boo, and we weren't even back out the door to get more stuff. Boo got in the bag, took him out, and was starting to take off with him to chew him up.
They would have been my dog.
I think he actually has, he literally has puncture a little wounds. Stain on him from Boo. And then she really didn't get him, but all you see is she's got a little dirt here, but there's where he got it the most. But we're just like, Boo, seriously. So now we have to make sure that if we take Robert anywhere, he's always in something that covers him up so she doesn't see him and take off with him again. Because it was like, I cannot believe you did that, Boo.
Yeah, misbehaving. My shepherd does the same thing. You give her something and they forget it. It is gutted within seconds.
Yeah. Well, Boo loves stuffed animals. She loves stuffed. Anything stuffed. It doesn't matter. If it's stuffed, she eats it.
The only thing she didn't do it to was my son gave her a Scooby-Doo pillow, and she'll run around the house with that in her mouth, but she won't shred it. But everything else, forget it. It's history.
Now it's funny because Boo will not chew up the pillows on the bed or her bed that she has. She will not chew up those things. Although our blanket on our bed, she did chew a little hole in the corner, but that's all she did. And she never did any more than just chew. It's like she needed to mark that she uses that blanket, and that was it. Then we have, but anything like toy wise, if it's stuff, she will destroy it. We have one of those giant smushy things. My daughter had a whole bunch of them, so we have one. And She literally, it was for Bubba because Bubba loves laying on the mushy ones.
Right.
And she chewed a hole like this big in it, so we have to sew it up.
Pull the
But
stuffing out.
I wait till after Christmas when they have like stuffed animals and that on clearance. And then I buy them, and then all the dogs get us some kind of toy. Or I wait till after all the holidays. I'll wait till all the stuffed animals are on clearance, and because usually it's basically what I would buy them anyhow, and pay $10 for.
Yeah.
And let her destroy it, and then we shove it back in and let her.
Oh yeah, I got tired of doing that. So yeah, she gets ropes. That's it.
Well, no, see, now this is something with Boo too. She eats parts off of toys.
Oh boy, you gotta watch it.
She eats ear. Oh yeah, no, we can't be fast enough with her. She eats ears. She eats arms. She eats tails, legs. Anything that's hanging off of them, she'll eat.
Right.
Then when you find it, Jeff will be like, Dana, Boo left you a present, because Jeff does not clean up puke. And
yeah, my husband doesn't either.
You get whole body parts coming up. And my sister, with the rope toys, Boo actually poops out the rope toys. Like the strings, my sister can always tell where Boo's pooped. Because Boo is very colorful poop. Anywhere you go, you can always tell where Boo's been because she's colorful.
She's got them colors.
Yeah, and she chews up everything, and she makes shanks out of her nyla bones like quickly. It's like I have to get the ones with the nubs on the ends because
I use we get the frozen stew meat bones from the store.
Yeah,
and we get those for Athena, and after a while, she purposely picks up and throws them. Well, so they'll break. So she gets the shards. So I got to watch that.
Yeah, we used to get them bones at the farmer's market. There were bone marrow was in them still,
right?
And they would go crazy getting the bone marrow out. But then the bone afterwards, she would start going at it. So we had to stop doing that because we were afraid she was because we would notice slivering a lot. So we just stopped with it because it was like, okay, no more of that, because that's all we need is for you to perforate your stomach.
Right.
It's bad enough which, knock on wood, we are shocked. This dog has made it to be what? Next month she'll be 8. She'll be 7 next month, or no, in 2 months, and she has not ever had a blockage. Because she poops out everything. She either pukes or poops out everything she eats, which she's eaten a lot of body parts.
My dog likes dryer sheets.
Oh, well, you guys have heard us.
I don't know why.
That's a weird one. I'm surprised. Yeah. But you guys have heard us talk about Boo going in the bathroom and running with the toilet paper. She
Hey, Dragon.
Tissues. The box of tissues always has to be out of Boo's reach. You can never have a tissue box because she will. One time, recently, we were at my sister's house. I had my box of tissues in my bag, and you could only see a corner, and you could see her little teeth marks where she was trying to pull it out, but it was covered up enough that she couldn't. Do it.
So I don't know what her affinity is with dryer sheets. We have to make sure that she can't get them because she'll eat them.
Yeah.
Thank God they've never got stuck.
Another thing she does, that dog has probably eaten more things she's not supposed to eat, like food-wise. She has had, I can't tell you how much chocolate she's ate. She's had onions. She's had, you name it, she's eaten plastic, like bags, the plastic.
Yeah.
I'm like, I do not know how you are still alive, dog, but she is.
It's like
she and Bubba doesn't do anything like that. He just likes squeaker toys. That's it. He's not, the only time he gets like in trouble, like he doesn't get on the counters to get food like Boo. Boo will like literally jump on the counter, grab stuff, and get off. Nobody else is. Bubba's not like that. Now, if they're at daycare, Gordy will get on there and do the same thing. He'll get up there and grab stuff. Maggie, when she was here, the Great Dane, you couldn't put, this is funny. No, she's in Germany. with my daughter, and my daughter's roommate actually put she knew that Maggie would be around. She took her sub sandwich, put it on the second shelf in the cupboard, closed the cupboard, and Maggie got it. She got up there, opened the cupboard, and because she could stand on her back legs, and just she opened the cupboard and got the sandwich. But yeah,
they want
our
it,
dogs,
they'll get it.
Our dogs are like crazy, crazy, crazy. Maybe Jeff put Annabelle and Robert. I don't know. That must have been from something else somewhere.
They escaped when no one is looking, is what Jeff said.
Yeah, it's just okay. Yep. But it's crazy with the dogs what they do. It's nuts. All right, how about another question?
We'll go with the green this time.
See, I still have to look. I can't.
Yeah.
And what number?
Let's do 40.
What is your favorite book of all time?
Oh, God. Favorite book of all time. It's really hard to say. Actually, it would be, oh, geez, what to say this? It would be the Anne Rice book, her story of Sleeping Beauty. It's an erotic tale of Sleeping Beauty. That's a pretty hot book.
Interesting. I hate it because I like to read I like to read, but I don't like to read.
I don't have time to read.
Well, I have found that I do start like listening, like when I'm driving, sometimes I'll listen to audiobooks, so I can get away, but they have to be short ones because I lose my attention if it's not like, if it has to be kind of almost crunched together because on my drives,
right,
I'll listen to it on the way there, then I have 8 hours, and then I'll listen to it on my way home, and then I have overnight, then I listen, and so it's like it's got to almost be easy to where it's kind of crunched into a like there's multiple, like you can get like so many chapters in one, and that where it's leaving off, it's not like you're not going to forget the next day, kind of thing.
Oh, if you forget the book I'm talking about, yeah, you won't lose interest in it. It's kind of like borderline porn.
Kind of like when I read 50 Shades of Grey. I read all those books, and and I actually don't read books either. I always read them on a reader,
right?
Like an audio, because if I see how big it is, that distracts me, and it just makes me not want to read because I give up, because it's like there's no way I'm going to read it. But 50 Shades of Grey, I remember when that came, I read the whole series at once, and I read it like in 2 weeks, in 2 weeks. So it was like, okay, so I can read it. It's just the way it's presented and how, just depending on if it piques my interest enough to do it. Misbehaving has to Rawside. Who would you love to investigate with, but you haven't yet, and where?
Well, that's a really hard question because there's really a lot of great groups out there. To be, I don't know, if I wanted to, and have a good time and enjoy it, I would say Jeff and Dana, because they have a good time when they go out and they do investigations. But it's really hard just to pick one person because each group has their own set of, qualities. And I think it would depend on where we would go. But so, yeah, I would say, yeah, if I wanted to go out and I know I'm going to have a good time and if I was able to, and where, geez, I don't know. And where, I don't know. There's so many places. I think I would want to go to a place that nobody has investigated before, because everybody's overdone all of the regular stuff. So I would like to have somewhere new and different.
I think that's something, though, that when you're investigating with somebody new, it's fun to always go the first time you go to someplace that neither of the parties have been to.
Right. That's would be fun.
I think it's more fun to do it that way. And then when you go the second time, going somewhere that you like one person or somebody's familiar with and the other one might not be. Like when we tell people all the time though, if you're coming out this way, hey, we'll take you to Collinwood, because I mean we love the Collinwood, and it's I mean
I think if I wanted to go more the technical side, then I would pick Joe Vitale because he's very technical.
Yeah.
And
So where it's kind of nice with Jeff and I, because it's a mix of, you get a little bit more, because he likes to do some of the techie stuff and then go back to the basics of just camera and recorder.
Right, and that's what I like.
And then people get to see a different side, because then they see where I do mine at, where I take, we were talking about this earlier, because it's like people look at me like they're like, if somebody asks you, what is your favorite piece of equipment to use? And it's like a pen and piece of paper. And it's like, and then they're kind of like, what? I'm like, well, I write everything down and then I go back and review it. And they're like, what? And I'm like,
yeah, I do that too. So I think it's important.
Yeah. Well, for me, because I go based off everything's feelings. And Jeff is like, well, I wish you would put it in a record and you would carry a recorder. It's like, I'll carry a recorder, but I'm not going to say anything because I'm writing it all down. And Jeff's like, you really need to say it into a recording. I said, but if I say it into a recording, somebody else can hear me say it. And that's not going to help what we're doing, because and it's not going to make sense to somebody, and then they're going to be like, what in the heck are you talking about? Because like for me, when I do the writings, whatever comes to my mind, it might not, like I might write down left side warmth, saw the color red, and an orange flower was on the ground.
Right. So you're doing a detailed description.
Yeah. And so, but it's like, to me, it's just to remind me when I go back to go visit, when I go back to revisit that spot, that, because I even put like where I'm specifically, like if I'm in a room, I'll put what room I'm in.
Right.
The time I'm in that room. And I was like, know where I'm at. Because then like, even at that scenario, I'll say by the window, doom, and then this and that. Because then when I go back and I review myself, that's what, and when I go back and revisit this in my head, kind of, because it's harder to explain, then I will expand on that. But it's just kind of my shorthand of getting it down so I know what I need to go back and say about it.
Right.
And that way I can remember, which Jeff hates that.
Yeah. So there's a lot of great teams. Like Pomp was mentioning, APRF. Yes, they would be great too, because I think they're putting a new spin on what we're doing in the paranormal. So I would love to see them and work their procedure, and see what the results would turn up.
Yeah. I saw another question.
Yeah, it was further up
there. Dana, if you and Rawside could go anywhere, where would be your favorite place to go? So, if you're talking about haunted, I would for sure say the Collinwood would probably be one, because there's so much that goes on there, or even just coming to Toledo, because we have so many different things, there's a lot of places here that are haunted that people don't realize. Right. But then we also have right over the line, we have like the old mill, and we have a lot of stuff right over the line in Michigan. So that's where it would be for like haunted stuff. But for just to go and do something, I would say for sure, probably like, this is crazy because people think I'm crazy, but I think a cabin in a wooded area, because I think you would probably like, that's close to an area that has like a haunted history.
Right.
Because I think a lot of times you can get things out in the wilderness, but in a natural setting, I tend to think that you find more things, but it's also a calming thing too. So, and I'm kind of like, I like a lot of
Jeff
times,
has not checked out APRF. You bad boy. I think you'll enjoy them. They put a different spin on investigating. a more scientific
What?
spin. I think they've got some good stuff that'll be coming our way. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, see, and that's the thing too. If it was my friend or our friend Harold, he'd be like, "You got to go Bigfoot hunting." So
That's right. He's out there. We just don't know where he's hiding.
Yeah, and it's like we tell people all the time, Collingwood is like, if anybody would want to come to the Collingwood area, just do the Collingwood. That's one place that we just love to go to. Yeah, and Jeff said Cecil Hotel, a bucket list place for me. Like I said, this area though, if we had the means and the time, it would be cool to put together like a tourist kind of thing, because we have Toledo, we have Toledo, we have some places in Michigan and like Fostoria, in the Swanton area, we have like Bowling Green. There are so many areas around us that you could literally do like a bus tour,
right?
So people could see all the different places that are haunted, and then choose a place that they like, okay, out of all these places, where would we want to do an investigation? It's depending on the size of the group, you could easily do that, because like where I work, literally not even like maybe a quarter of a mile from where I work, there's the was it Beale Manor? I think that's what it's called. I don't even know. I've never been there, but it's a haunted place. It's right there. I've gone past. I've actually, because Jeff's like, "How far is this from work?" I'm like, "I don't know. I'll check out." We've never gone there, but it's like right there, and I mean, it's right across from a presidential museum kind of thing. The Rutherford B. Hayes Museum in Fremont, and that place, I've gone there, and it's like a lot of a park, but it has like, I've never been in the buildings, but everything on the grounds, I'm like, there's so much stuff going on right there. So it's like,
oh yeah, we have a ton in our area too, and it's not that far. There's just getting access to them.
Oh, you know what? Another thing would be really cool. This is crazy. We have a couple cemeteries that are like really cool to go to. There's 2 cemeteries that we have that I would tell people, if you're coming to Toledo, I would probably take you to those 2 cemeteries.
That's where I would be going.
Now, the one, because people laugh, because Jeff and I got our engagement pictures taken in the cemetery. The lady that did our picture, she goes, "What?" And then she's like, "Wait, you guys do ghost hunting. I get it. That's why you want to do it." It's like, no. Come to this, and you'll see it's beautiful. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, similar here. We have a very large old cemetery, and it's gorgeous, and people do it all the time. They have their engagement photos, wedding photos.
Yeah,
the landscaping is gorgeous.
Yeah, and actually, if you see some of the mountain videos in the cemetery, that's in this cemetery, but it's, I mean, like I said, it's just it's very calming at the cemetery, which usually when I go to cemeteries, it's a lot of noise. This cemetery, only in certain sections do you get a lot of noise. The rest of it's very calm. And it's just very peaceful.
Yeah, and the one we go to is very peaceful. A lot of people just, there's 3 ponds in this cemetery.
And
we go to the pond and sit, and we'll drink coffee, and there's lots of people that'll just come and sit.
Yep.
And you watch the birds, and just, and it's very, because everybody goes, "Why do you do that?" I was, well, besides the fact, I'm doing, investigation and videos and stuff there in the older sections. It's nice just to sit there at the pond and feed the squirrels, and it's very quiet.
Yeah, this one is very, I mean, it's in the middle of the city. You would never know because it's very big. But it's just, I mean, they actually have a bike path that comes through it now. But people are very respectful when they come through on their bikes, and it's just a ride through. But it's got a lot of history there. And there's a lot of stuff that has happened there. There's been a lot of people that have done overdoses there. There's been a couple people that have been found not alive there. I mean, there's a lot of crazy stuff that happens at the cemetery,
Yeah.
but only in certain spots. It's so weird because all that stuff always tends to happen in 2 areas and nowhere else in the cemetery. So it's just those 2 areas. So it's kind of interesting, but it's gorgeous. It's even the stones are so huge. I mean, there's so many huge stones, and there's.
Well, did you see the monument that I posted in my posts the other day? It's one of the biggest monuments I've ever seen in a cemetery. And what blows my mind is it's from the 1800s. And how the hell did they get it all?
See, and that's the thing. These are like huge. Like they have like, I mean, they're like huge. There's actually a pyramid in the cemetery too. Like not a small pyramid, a big pyramid that's in the cemetery too. But these, I mean, some of these headstones are, like you said, they're huge. They have.
And they had horse and buggy back then, so it had to be all manpower to put them all together because they're just enormous.
They're huge, and these like they have
solid marble, so
but archways,
and
bench like our marble benches, archway, they have everything, and these are like almost all the bigger stuff is all the stuff that was probably before 1940. And it's like, so, and it's
because it was prestige back then. If you could afford to have such an elaborate headstone or monument, that meant you had money, you had wealth. And so they used to do that. And some of them, like I said, I haven't even gone through half of the cemetery up there. As far as showing the monuments and the tombs, and it's incredible. And there's a lot of famous people buried there, which blows my mind.
Like this cemetery has a lot of. There's actually, I want to say there's like presidential like children. There's some high like people from the government there. There's people from like our history here. A lot of the families that started our area, like they own like a whole section of the cemetery.
We have a vice president that's buried in this cemetery by us.
Yeah. So, I mean, we have, then we have another cemetery that, it's got a lot of mobster ties to, mobsters.
Yeah.
I thought I said monster. Mobsters ties to it. Where Jeff and I literally, we spent a day trying to figure out where somebody's grave was. And because there's multiple mobsters buried there, and we literally were taking pictures from the newspaper and going through the cemetery and trying to line up, because there's one big mausoleum, like it's not even a mausoleum, it's a big building in the middle of the cemetery, and basically all the roads from the cemetery kind of meet to this. And like in the time, if you can't have a ceremony outside or a service outside, they take it in this place to have it.
Right.
So we based it on this picture. So we know what this building, and I have family that's buried there. So I've gone to this thing for years. So you're familiar with this place. So we literally are looking at the picture, a black and white picture, and blocking it to find out exactly where this person is, because nobody can find this grave. So we're like, okay, so we actually got to where we could see it, and where we're like, okay, this is this part of the building. It's got to be back here. And we're like, okay, but then it's almost like, so we thought we had it, but then it ended up like this person's grave was on the opposite side. So somehow it flipped, like the image got flipped. And so where we thought it was like on the opposite side of where we were at. But I mean, there's a lot of interesting. And
people don't realize, because I always get that too. Why do you go to cemeteries? Because it is history.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is.
My great grandfather has his tomb is one of the older ones, and it's disintegrating. It's so old. Like it used to be this really tall, it's like almost like a pylon kind of thing.
Right.
And it used to be, it probably was when I was little, it probably was like 6 feet tall on the top of a block, maybe that big. It was 6 feet tall. It's down to being about 4, not even
they
3
slowly
feet tall.
erode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how old it is. Like, you can't even see his name or anything on it anymore. They actually have a metal marker on the back, so you know whose grave
Who
it is.
is. Yeah.
But it's just crazy.
Yeah, the cemeteries all over are great because the history is fantastic. We have, because they're talking about cemeteries in England. It blows my mind because we have cemeteries here that have people that were from England and that are buried here. Because you're thinking, well, how the hell did they find this town? But they're here. The one there that I posted in one of my shorts, I was making a joke. I found Dr. Doolittle. They were from China. How the hell did they end up in Clinton, New York? And they were from China.
Now,
back in the 1800s.
Now, when I'm going to work tomorrow, because I'll be working in Fostoria, I hit 2 little cemeteries, tiny little cemeteries. And those, I'm sure they started out as family plots, like a family cemetery. Yeah. Because they're not very big.
Right.
Then we actually had, this is one thing that we did. We used to do a library tour at night around this time of year. And the cemetery that we go to, it was relocated to where it's at now. Right. But it's crazy because it used to be like at a lower ground. And then when they would have floods, coffins would pop up out of the ground.
Oh, that's
and
awful.
So it's like, and they say, so they don't even know if all the caskets had been moved. But so at one point, though, I don't remember the full story, but I remember them talking about how they would the coffins, they would when they were like trying to redo the land in that, and when they would coffins would just start popping up out of
because the underground water. We do have that problem up here too. There's one cemetery, it's all slate, and they're buried on top, and there's underwater springs. And because it was funny, because my husband, a long time when he was a young guy, used to work in the cemetery, and he had to dig for something, and he was digging a spot where there was supposed to be nothing, and he dug into a casket, and he broke through, and he's like, oh shit, and all he could do is fill it in. What are you gonna do? Yeah. And that's what it is the underground water makes them, with the slate, makes them slide out of position. Yeah. So you might think they're buried in one spot, but they've shifted at least 6 feet or so.
Yeah. And they couldn't find them. So when they started digging them up, they couldn't find them anymore. And so they're like, so they have a section that is just unmarked graves because they don't know who's where, because the gravestones went one way and another way. So they have no idea.
That's
knowing
very
who's
common.
Yeah. And so it was like, that just blew me away. With the first time I was like, what? I'm like, because I'm used to our family little cemetery. I know where our family cemetery is. It's a bigger cemetery, but it's of course it's in the middle of a big city, so it's not going to be like these smaller ones in the country. But
which are the ones that you want.
But I have noticed almost all the little country cemeteries I do go through, they all are up on hills. So they're all like. They're like here and then shoot and that. So it's kind of funny. And actually
they knew because of the water problems.
And it's funny because the one I go through, you have a bigger section, which I think is the newer section on one side, and the smaller section it's on this side is the older section, I think, because it sits like this one's up here and this one's down here, but it's still on a little hill.
You always know what is the original part of the cemetery. Yeah. Like the last one my husband discovered, and we went to shortly. We didn't stay long because I wasn't feeling well, but I got a few shots in. This is like the biggest cemetery I've ever been in my life. This went on forever. Yeah. You go through the woods, and there was another section, and then the woods, and another section. And I'm like, oh my God. And it all looped together. So I said, we've got to come back here. I said, because this place is incredible.
Now, we have a cemetery that's like that in Sylvania. And it's all flat. The whole cemetery is flat. There's no hills. There's nothing. But they have they have a couple ponds. They have this gorgeous willow tree. My daughter had her senior pictures taken on this swing at the willow tree. And they have I can't tell you how many sections they have, but they have like in this area, they have the biggest veterans portion of this of the cemetery.
Right.
But this place, the first time we went in there, I was like, you get lost. I mean, you literally, because it's flat and everything looks the same, you get lost. I mean, once you get past the main, like that first section, and you are lost because it goes this way, it goes that way.
Yeah,
it goes,
it's amazing.
It's huge, and because everything looks the same, because everything is flat.
It's flat, yeah.
And so there's very, very few. I think they have a couple sections that have higher up tombstones, but most of them are all flat. And so I mean, you can't even tell where you're at when
you got to mark the way. Yeah, you're right, Misbehaving. Yes, New Orleans had that. That's why all of their they're below sea level. That's why all of their stuff has to be above ground. Otherwise, it floods and stuff pops up. So.
Especially when they have hurricanes and things like that.
So everything has to be above ground there. And I would love to be able to go through those. Talk about screaming history.
Now I was to New Orleans before the hurricane.
Right. And hey, Sage, okay, go lurk. Enjoy dinner.
That was really, really, really cool to see. I mean, and they had just recently had some flooding before I had gone, but they said, that's one of the things that's one of their biggest worries, is because they don't know how many people from these plantations how many people are buried. So that's when they said they were trying to start doing it where their plantations, they kind of rope off, and we're hoping that they could talk people into, like even putting up maybe like a cement wall around it, and in the ground and around, or something, just to kind of help to
keep them in place. Yeah.
I was like, okay. I was like, all right.
Yeah, that's definitely the place to go. Yeah, New Orleans, you go check out all those old plantation homes. And
I was only
it's incredible.
I was only 19 when I went, so I really would love to go back there, because I was dumb and naive when I went, and I literally said it because I was with my uncle, and I almost got dragged into a bar in a creepy part because we were walking back to our hotel. My uncle was like, just walk fast.
You got to watch it. Yeah.
And I was walking fast, and I got grabbed. I mean, I was literally 2 steps behind him, and like we were going around a corner, and there was like a corner doorway, and somebody grabbed me, and he turned around. And I was like, oh no. But I was like, because I was in awe, and I was looking at everything. And
exactly. And see, they knew, you were a tourist, so you were an easy mark.
Yeah, it was just like, holy crap. That was an eye-opener to me about my surroundings and keeping my surroundings.
That's why I was excited when, Two-Ply, joined the community, because they're in that area.
I was
so looking forward to them going into those places and sharing it with us.
Because I mean, I love, like, that area. It's just gorgeous. Year round, it doesn't, because I used to travel with my uncle in like the fall time. It would probably be like November, like right before Thanksgiving. So you still had a lot of fall colors in that. But that was one of my favorite places I went, was New Orleans. It was just so gorgeous, driving through Atlanta and then driving down. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah. So, any other questions? I think I caught all the ones that I saw. I think I caught all the questions. As you can tell, my day's going on because I'm getting stuffy.
Yeah, that happens to me too.
Oh, it's like, well, because I can tell it's time. Like, my medication's wearing off, so I can tell that it's time to take my nightly antihistamine. We'll do a couple more questions. Blue or green?
I'll do the blue.
What number?
60.
Doo-doo. Okay. So, are animals homeless because they don't have homes?
No, they're homeless because human beings are shitty.
Okay. So what about wild animals?
Wild animals? No, they have their own homes out in the wild.
Okay. All right, we'll ask another question.
We'll do a green and do 15.
I can hear Bubba. I think that's he's licking his feet. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is stuffed grape leaves.
Oh, see now I'm like I have a couple favorites. I love Mediterranean food is one of my I could live on that every day. My other thing, of course, because I like tequila, so of course Mexican food. I could those are two.
Stuffed grape leaves and lamb. I like that too. Which I'll be having this weekend. Woo.
There you go. I know. I actually dated when I was in college. I dated a guy from Saudi Arabia, and he taught me how to make a lot of dishes. And I remember we used to make Cornish hens and stuff them with this rice mixture.
Yeah.
With rice, and it had like some hamburger in it and spices. Oh, that was like my favorite meal. And
delicious.
I actually need to do it. I haven't made it in like a long time. And I'm like, I should make it again. But yeah, grape leaves. Jeff hates grape leaves. I love grape leaves.
Well, see, there's two different styles. You've got Greek style, which I don't like. And then you have Lebanese style, which is because my family we're Lebanese. And that is rice and hamburger, or actually supposed to be a lamb.
Yeah.
And it rolled up in the grape leaves, and then they're cooked in lemon juice and stuff. But Greek is too mushy. It just grosses me out.
I had a guy that I worked with that was Greek. And his mom, we have a big Greek festival here in town. And his mom was one of them that cooked for the Greek festival. But their grape leaves were not as mushy as like a lot of them.
Because she probably didn't. A lot of them cook the rice first, then roll the leaves, and then cook them again.
Yeah.
That's why they're disgusting. She probably used raw rice, or pre-cooked rice where it's still al dente, and then finished it off.
Yeah, I don't know, but hers were not mushy. Hers were like good.
Right.
But that, and then my mom, I used to, because my mom loved, because I would make her fattoush and tabbouleh and hummus.
Right.
And then I got hooked on garlic sauce at this one place we go and get a lot of our stuff. We have a Mediterranean market that we get a lot of our stuff from. I was like, how hard could it be to make garlic sauce?
Not hard at all.
It's not.
Yeah, no.
And I've made it. And I've learned I don't make it, because if I would make that all the time, I
would eat it on everything.
Well, yeah, and I do, because like when we get the container, I eat it on everything.
Yep.
And that much garlic is not a good thing with me, with my stomach. It's like, like everything.
You're a little stinky for a little while.
No, it just my stomach gets so upset. But it's like I don't have any issues. Like. Right. It's like, no, it's just, it does not like sit well with my stomach. So it's like,
it's odd because garlic is good for you. It
cleans
out everything. And
well, yeah, but when you eat a container this big and about that big around of nothing but garlic sauce, that's
that could cause a problem.
And
like I said, this weekend we're making the grape leaves, tabbouleh, and lamb because my son wanted a complete Lebanese dinner. And I remember every time we would go to camp, we would do a full Lebanese meal, and people that we would meet up at camp would come and say, oh, I've got to try this. And we always tell everybody, when you eat the tabbouleh, you have to do it in moderation because your stomach is not used to it.
Mm-hmm.
And we had this one year, this woman didn't believe us and she pigged out.
Oh,
next day we found out she goes, I was sicker than a dog, as we told you.
Hummus, tabbouleh. Oh, yeah.
People aren't used to the wheat, so it's a shock on the system. And when you overload, you get sick.
Yeah. Yeah, we actually like I eat it in moderation but I know. But I remember when I would go with my friend, we would go to parties, and oh my God. And I was probably the only American that usually would be able to go, because they were very particular about who could who they would have in their home. But because I followed the rules, I always covered my hair, and so I always wore like very modest clothes when I would go. So they actually allowed me to come in.
Right.
So, but
so they were Muslim.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And so they showed me how to make stuff, and it was like, okay. So, but I learned how to make a lot of cool stuff, and
good stuff.
I'm just like, I'm glad I did learn, because I love all that food. but it's like, it doesn't always agree with me anymore.
Oh yeah, I
But
could
I
tear it
do,
up.
yeah, I do like going, because like going to the Middle Eastern or Mediterranean market, whichever way you want to call it, they have like the chicken. Oh, I love getting their chicken because it's sliced so thin. When I get it, it's so. I mean, like it only takes like 4 minutes on the grill,
Right.
and it's done. But the one sauce they call, I don't know what it's their white sauce they put on it, and they will never tell you what's in it, but it's amazing and it tastes so good. But it's really good. Yeah, Jeff is like, yeah, basting a steak in the garlic sauce is a good plan. It is.
Yeah, it
I mean,
is.
I put it on burgers, I put it on chicken, I put it on steak,
On
the only
everything.
thing I have not ever done is put it on pork, which I probably would never put it on pork. That
No,
would
I'm
just
telling
be,
you, it would be good.
I'm
It
sure
would
I
be.
was
It
gonna
would be
say,
good
I'm sure it would be good, but I probably just would never put it on pork.
because
Just kind of,
garlic and pork are they're made to be together. So you would, yeah,
no,
you'd like it.
this is something Jeff has made. He made this, like, it's a soy sauce based sauce. And it's kind of more of an Oriental sauce, but to dip pork in, whoa.
Yeah,
It's like, I don't know why, but it's like
it's
really,
good.
really good. And it's just like, yeah, but that garlic sauce, now I'm thinking, I'm like, oh, we should just go get a container of, and actually it's funny, we have a gas station, some convenient market in the Point that actually sells their stuff.
Oh,
So
there you go.
so you can go, it's a little bit more pricey if you go there to get it compared to the store, but it's not as far to go. But I'm like, maybe we need to go get a cup of garlic sauce and just
It's
on the
a treat,
burgers tomorrow.
right? That is a good idea. There you go.
Like Jeff, yeah, he's Italian. He loves anything Italian, anything with
I like
pasta.
Italian too. My husband doesn't, but I do.
I am not a big pasta fan. Everybody should know that by now. I am.
Yeah.
Jeff would put pasta in me every day if he could, and I'm like, I
We're lucky
ate.
if we have it twice a month because yeah, my husband's not big on it. I could eat it more often.
Oh yeah, Jeff would eat it every day.
And my
But
husband's the whitey American.
Now I mean, I don't mind it, but it's because when my youngest was a vegetarian, and there was a couple years of just me and her eating, and we ate almost every day. We had, or at least 5 times a week, we had pasta.
Yeah.
And so
no,
I
that's
just,
too much.
well, and that, because that was one of her main starches for her.
Yeah.
And being a vegetarian, but we did learn a lot of cool ways of making pasta, but I got tired of pasta. So I'm like,
I can hear you on that one. Yeah, he said soy sauce, honey, and garlic. Oh yes,
yeah,
good.
I don't know what, but is it? Like,
add a little touch of ginger to that too, Jeff. You'll like it.
But this is what's fun, is that like when you're done after eating, like we put in like a cup to dip our stuff. I just drink it afterwards because it's that good. It's like it's so good. It's like
when I make my own
like
chicken and broccoli or beef and broccoli, that's with soy sauce. I don't use honey, but I use brown sugar, garlic, and a touch of ginger. And you put your cornstarch in there, and that's what makes the sauce for the stir fry. It's the bomb.
Yeah, Jeff, and now that's something we've been making a lot, is our own like chicken fried rice and pork fried rice.
It's so easy.
It is. And it makes so much that we have it
Yes.
for a couple meals on too. And it's like, oh yeah. Jeff does make a stir fry that I love too. And then I put a teriyaki.
She's
sauce
a
on there.
vegetarian that doesn't like vegetables.
Yeah, that is true. Well, she has gotten
It's pretty
better,
hard.
though. No, it's funny because she only ate, like, okay, this is how weird it was. She's a vegetarian. She ate Brussels sprouts.
Okay.
Okay, most people don't like Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I love Brussels sprouts.
She would eat Brussels sprouts. She'd eat green beans. She'd eat corn. She'd eat cucumbers. Not very, very random. She would eat a cucumber. Then she started getting into green peppers, cauliflower and broccoli, and carrots. And she wasn't real big on carrots. Now she eats carrots a little bit more,
All right.
but she wouldn't eat anything. Now she eats she eats pasta, she eats rice. I mean, she would eat rice too, but she eats pasta, she eats rice, she eats tofu. She would eat eggs. I mean, so that was, eggs was easy, so we could always have eggs because she would eat eggs. But she's gotten to eat a lot more. She learned how to eat like a lot of the different broths. But I think part of that was going abroad and living in all these different countries and visiting these different countries. She's learned to eat a lot more vegetables than she used to. She eats a lot more. She doesn't. Fruit still. She doesn't eat a lot of fruits, but
oh my goodness.
So, I mean, bananas. She used to, as a kid, she couldn't eat bananas because she's allergic to latex. But she had them out of her system for so long, she can now tolerate a banana occasionally. She can eat a banana, but she would eat like bananas and blueberries. I mean, so it wasn't like she did an applesauce.
Well, didn't you worry about her health though, because it wasn't actually a full balanced diet?
No, because what we did, because she became a vegetarian at the age of 8.
Right.
So I thought it was just a phase. So I was like, after about a few weeks, I was like, okay, we got to figure out something. And this was before vegetarian options were really like they are now.
Right.
And I was like, well, shit, what am I going to feed this kid? So I was like, okay, I talked to the doctor. They go, it's a phase. Just let's write it out a couple months. If she doesn't, then we'll go from there. So we got to be about 2 months into it. And I'm like, hey, we ain't changing. She ain't doing this. She's like, all right. So we brought her in and we're like, okay, trying to figure out what it's like. Well, what we have, we got to make sure we get protein in her somehow.
Right.
So we got to figure out the protein. So we started doing soy protein based shakes. And I would make them myself, and she would get and she ate a lot of peanut butter. So she was getting a lot of her protein from eggs and from like peanut butter, and then from the soy protein. Cause we would put, she would have a big scoop, big couple scoops of protein, soy protein in a shake. And then she would have, usually it always had peanut butter. Her favorite thing was, I did a peanut butter like Captain Crunch flavored shake. It tasted like peanut butter Captain Crunch. She loved it.
Oh, that's good.
So that was like a standard for her. And then we learned like sometimes I would do like a white chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup. And so I just learned how to make flavored shakes that was good for her.
Right.
And so when the doctor would check her blood levels and everything, she was doing fine. And she was healthy. She was getting all the nutrients she needed from the protein shakes and everything we were putting them in. And so it was like, okay. I mean, it was just crazy because it was like, because I thought, and even the doctor thought, and at that point, we had a really good pediatrician. Unfortunately, she found out she had breast cancer and passed away. And when she passed away, it was very unexpected. Even the office was not expecting when she passed away. And so, I mean, my girls were heartbroken because they just loved her.
Right.
And we never found another pediatrician that we really, really liked in the office. Well, the girls he kind of scared them because he had an odd look to him. And so the girls just didn't like him.
He's freaky, Mom. I'm not going.
Yeah, and they didn't so we switched to this one. And plus she was really good with working with children with ADD and ADHD. So that's kind of where we went with her. And then she was a really big help with getting Erin set up to make sure that she got the correct protein and what she needed for her, since she had a very weird.
Yeah, well, because my girlfriend had a daughter, same thing. Ever since birth, she just didn't like meat. And we think it either was the texture or something, and she just wouldn't eat it. And she used to fight with her all the time to get her to eat. And finally, she just figured, I told her, I said, she's a vegetarian. And she looked at me like, what? And this is an Italian family. Yeah. They like their meat. And I go, no, this child is a vegetarian. And then they just started doing vegetarian meals for her. And to this day, she's healthy. I mean, it's a lot of beans, a lot of,
Erin eats a lot. So she eats a lot of, at that point, because at the point where we were at, like I said, the first time we ever got a vegetarian hot dog, the dog wouldn't even eat the hot dog.
They're bad.
They were bad. Now, I mean, right now, there's a lot of stuff. If you eat it, you would never know it's vegetarian. Like we've actually, Jeff will make manicotti and he'll put in the whatever it's called, and we put that in there, and you would never know. Like
I've
you
tried
would
those
never know.
Morning Star burgers. Don't get them, guys. Eat the
Oh,
box.
well, depending, it's like certain things with Morningstar are okay, but we've learned you have to just really do your research on what's good.
Yeah, they're bad.
I can't remember what the stupid name is, but there's like one of the burgers that she gets, and I mean, it's like I eat these burgers because you can't tell the difference.
I don't even know how I got my hands on these things, but yeah, even my girlfriend's daughter, the one that's the vegetarian, wouldn't eat them. She goes, they're disgusting.
Yeah, but at the beginning, the food, and at the beginning though, Morningstar was like really good. Now, to see where they've heightened it to, it's
they were the only choice because you really didn't have unless you did your own thing.
Yeah, or you had stuff that was super spicy, and they had like a lot of like stuff in it, and she hated that because they'd have like beans. Like, mind you, she loved beans and corn and all that, but they'd have that in there. Then they put like spinach in there, or they put all kinds of stuff. And she was like, she didn't like that kind of stuff.
I didn't even know what the hell was in these. They were just disgusting.
Yeah, the Morningstar ones, like I said, when they first came out, they were pretty good. Then like I said, we started getting into these Incrediburger. I think that's what it is. Incredible. You said
Impossible Beef is what I use.
Yeah, the Impossible Beef. There's like 3 or 4 brands when she's in town. That's what Impossible Beef is what he said we use.
I'm willing to try anything. Like Leanne says, black bean burgers. I've never had those.
Now, if you're going to to get the frozen ones, they're not as great. But if you're going to a restaurant and getting people, I sometimes will eat off the vegetarian menu just because it's stuff I like. But like the black bean burgers and that, if you get them like fresh, like a lot of them are good. Right. This is crazy. Cauliflower steaks. I mean, if you season them right, you can get it's not, it's not steak, but it gives you a sense of like if you're eating steak with everybody else and you have the cauliflower steaks, it actually you're getting a good meal out of. I mean,
right.
they cut
like
the way. It's weird how they cut them, because they're like cut like this thick in a slice.
Right.
But I mean, they're so tender, and the way they season them, they're really good. There's just so much you can.
Dragon. That's why I can't be vegetarian, because I like my meat too.
And then it's funny because like we'll do our like when we do our pierogies, we do cheese and potato. She loves the cheese ones over the potato, but it's just like, okay, but we can't, like, we have to watch like when we do stuff because she just doesn't eat. And this was what made me mad though. When she was little, her dad would force her to eat food like meat.
Right.
And she'd come home and she'd be sick for 2 days, because I finally had to have the doctor call him and say, stop forcing her to eat meat. You're making her sick. Because we'd end up in the ER.
Right.
Because
did she ever say why she doesn't eat it? Is it the texture thing or taste?
No. No. My oldest daughter was doing a project for school. She saw the video my daughter was doing the article on. And it was basically how they slaughter meat.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And she cold turkeyed that day. Never, I mean, and we were just like, come on, you got to eat meat. And she's like, no, I don't want to eat. And it was like, so finally she fessed up and said, well, I actually looked at Jenna's stuff and watched the video. And so she kind of fessed up on herself that she actually.
She was horrified. Yeah.
Yeah. And, but she knew she actually was looking through her sister's stuff and found that. And so she just was like, yeah.
It's not a great process, but I mean,
Yeah. And so her belief, and because I mean, and this was something that I really appreciated with the doctor. She said, if she can tell me why, and she has a legit reason why she does not want to eat meat, then there's nothing wrong with that. So when she went to her doctor's appointment, the doctor asked her, she goes, why don't you want to eat meat? She goes, because I watched this video and I saw how they slaughtered the animals. And it's like, okay. And she goes, but that shouldn't do. And she goes, no. She goes, I think that's not nice. You shouldn't do that to animals. Animals are living things and you shouldn't hurt living things. So then she went on, she's like, but you eat eggs. And she goes, but that's a product of the animal. It's not the animal itself. So it was like,
kind of sort of
it
is,
is,
but okay.
So then she went on, she goes, but it is a product. She goes, but it's not the flesh of she goes, it's not.
Yeah, I get it.
She said, I mean, she spit it out. She goes, it's not the flesh of the animal.
Just tell her that, well, vegetables are living too until they pull them or cut them. So don't.
Yeah. Well, and she goes,
don't tell her that.
She goes, but well, she was like, well, plants are living too. She goes, but
yeah.
they can reproduce quicker. I don't remember what she said, but I mean, it made sense. That was like the way she explained it. And my daughter was always like, my daughter should have skipped 2 grades, but we didn't let her. We made her stay because she was like, if we would have, she would have been 2 years ahead of herself. So she would have been like in 6th grade. Or she would have been like a 6th grader being a freshman, or like an 8th grader going into a freshman. And it was like, we're not doing that. You're too young to do that. So
right.
She was kind of always thinking ahead of herself anyhow. But I mean, the doctor, she goes, she can explain the reasoning why, and it's legit. I mean, it's not like, I just don't want to eat meat. She has a legitimate reason why she doesn't want to eat this. She goes, someday down the road, she might change her mind and eat it. And there have been occasions that she has had meat as an adult, but she's like, oh, when she eats it, she's just like, it doesn't do it. It's like I think she's had to have a chicken nugget, or she had to eat chicken. She couldn't. She ate it because she needed to. And this has all been because she's been military. She ate it, but she had to. And EMRs, they even make vegetarian EMRs because the hardest part for her during boot camp was food. And I think at one point, because all she could eat a lot of times was peanut butter. A lot of the meals she ate peanut butter. Right. So I think they started seeing more people becoming vegetarians. So they kind of started broadening towards the end of boot camp. Their selections got a little bit better than at the beginning of boot camp. So that was kind of nice that they kind of were broadening. So she wasn't just eating peanut butter.
Well, everybody knows that boot camp, they don't care what your problem is. You're going to do it or not. Either you eat it or go without.
But, and when she got towards the end, I think it was like the last 3 weeks, the food got a little bit better, but it's because, well, you're towards the end. At the beginning, it was, you eat what you eat. If you don't eat, you don't eat. But they also did supply her with protein bars. So they would, anybody there wasn't very many people. And because if you said you're a vegetarian, you had to have stated it before you got into basic. And so those people, they were tagged that they knew that they could have protein bars. So they would they think for like breakfast, she'd get 2 protein bars. For lunch, they'd give her 2 protein bars, and for dinner. And so she didn't have to eat them right there. Most stuff you had to eat in the mess hall.
Right.
She was allowed to take the protein, and any of the vegetarians were allowed to take the protein bars because they process differently. So she could carry protein bars with her.
Right. Thank you, Candy. I appreciate it.
At certain times of the day. So, but I mean, but it's crazy how, but yeah, she's off from a video, and it was
her mind told her it was wrong, and that was it. So,
and she is my one that I see her living on a farm one day and rescuing everything. As you can see, she has a giant Great Dane that is her baby, but I see her owning a farm and rescuing anything and everything she can. When she lived here in this house, I don't like lizards. I don't like snakes. I don't like spiders.
Right. And
she rescued, her friend was going to have to get rid of a gecko. And she was like, Mom, and I was like, no, I'm not going to buy you a gecko. And she goes, it's free. He just has to get rid of it because he has so many lizards, and his mom just says he has to get rid of them, a couple of them. And so I let her get this stupid lizard. Every time she took this damn thing out of the cage, it would jump at me. It's like it knew. Or I'd walk in the room. She had, under her bunk bed, she had a little jungle gym made for it with ropes and everything. So he could just walk all over and had lights on it for him and everything. It was like, okay. But every time I'd come in there, the one eye would just shoot over at me and he would jump at me. I was like, oh my God, I hated that damn thing.
I don't think that they should be pets. That's just.
Yeah, it was like, okay, we had multiple fish tanks, a gazillion guppies and all of them.
Right.
We had bettas. The best one they did, though, is I had shoulder surgery. And they needed to go to the pet shop, and I had to go. I don't know why I went with them, but I was highly medicated at the time. And Jenna was legal to drive.
Right.
Aaron wasn't even close to driving yet. And we had to go to the pet shop for something. And I think it was something for the dog. So I was like, all right, I'll go with you. So they literally talked me into guinea pigs.
Ah, jeez.
And
they're adorable, but they're messy.
Well, actually, they weren't too bad. But their first one was Alexander, which was it was Alexander and Hamilton, which became Hammy because we found out she was a female. So we had a male and a female. I was like, oh crap.
Thank you, Miss B.
So we ended up having to Hammy. I was like, we took them to make sure they were sexed, because I was like, when they told us they were both males, I'm like, I don't think so. I don't think that one's that's a male. So we took them to the vet, got them checked. And the vet came out and goes, yeah, this one's male, this one's female. So it's like, great. Alexander is male and Hammy is female. So I was like, great. And I said, great. Now I got to get two
she's
setups.
Pregnant.
No, luckily she was not. But I was like, great. Now I got to get two setups for this. It was bad because we got a great big cage so they could be together. I'm like, fuck, now I got to get a freaking second cage. She goes, there's a cheaper solution. I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I can't get rid of it now. She goes, we can fix one of them. I'm like, okay, great. And I said, well, and then I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, how much is this going to cost me?
Right.
And she goes, well, if we do Hammy, or at that time, she goes, well, if we do Hamilton, I said, now it's Hammy.
Yeah.
We do Hammy. She goes, it's going to be $250. I'm like, so I'm like, great. How much is, and I said, okay, how much for Alexander? She goes, $75. I said, he's losing it.
Yeah,
and so
clip it.
So the poor little Alexander he was allergic to Timothy hay, one of their main food sources, and he was allergic to it. That poor thing was on prednisone all the time because he was always sick. But he was the biggest baby and these guinea pigs were spoiled rotten. Spoiled rotten. When he got done getting fixed, he cried. They took a video because they said this is how pathetic he was and funny. He was like, and just crying. And then when they would pick him up, he would just cry, and they'd put him down. He'd start crying. I was just like, yeah. His name should have probably been Hammy instead of the other, but you know. And yes, they do fix guinea pigs.
I don't fix anything.
I was stunned when they actually told me they were going to fix that they could fix them. I was like, because I thought I was going to get two setups, but yeah, they so the guinea pigs, and then what else? Oh, what else did she leave me with? Oh, so then Hammy died, or no, Alexander died, or no, actually his name wasn't Alexander, it was Burr. We called him Alexander Hamilton and Burr. That's what it was, Burr. And so Burr actually died because he just kept getting infections. So we ended up getting a female for Hammy because Hammy was losing weight because she was lonely, because these two had been from birth. They were brother and sister.
Right. Well, they're social creatures.
Yeah. And so she was losing weight. So it's like, all right, we got to get her another friend. So we ended up getting her a female guinea pig. And her name was, oh, I don't even remember what they were all related presidential wise. But so she ended up, we got her perfectly, but Hammy died like 2 weeks later. So she died of a broken heart from birth.
Oh.
So then I got stuck with this guinea pig. I'm like, Erin, I said, when you leave for the military, all your animals need to be gone because I'm not taking care of them.
Right.
So, I mean, her friend's brother was going to watch her lizard for her. And then she ended up just giving him the lizard. And because he would never have made the trek to Nebraska because of the stress, he would have probably died. So she just let him have the lizard. Then the guinea pig, we ended up giving to my other daughters. Her friend was going to be starting up a new classroom in a special needs classroom, and they wanted a class pet.
Oh, there you go.
And so, and we knew she was super friendly in that. So they had loved it because they got the whole setup. They got extra food. They got bedding. They got this huge playpen for her, everything.
Nice.
And then I'm laughing because my sister, she would send us pictures. They would dress her up for holidays. This guinea pig was spoiled. And so we just laughed because they loved her. So it was like, Eleanor.
Good.
Her name was Eleanor. And then the fish, I gave away as many fish as I could. The rest of them became bait at the lake because I'm like, I was like, they kept breeding. They just were breeding so much I couldn't get rid of them. So we just like glad because it was like,
set them free.
But yeah, so pets. And I was like, the only one that I couldn't get rid of was Bubba because he kind of was my dog and that wasn't her dog anyhow. So Bubba's the only one that out of all the animals, when she left, Bubba's the only one that got to stay. So it was crazy. Well, it looks like we've been on for almost 2.5 hours.
Yes.
So we'll start wrapping up. I want to thank you again for coming on. And if you want to kind of tell everybody what you got coming up in the next couple of weeks.
Let's see. The next couple of weeks, I've got, Morning Brew, of course, a Chick Chat with Carla. I've got, I forgot who I've got on this week, a Wednesday coming up. I'm pretty much booked up solid until November. Let's see. This coming up, I've got Paranormal Nut podcast. They're pretty cool. And then on Sunday, towards the end of the month, I promised a friend of mine who does and also does a interview show. I'll be doing his show on that Sunday. And this month is just flying by. It's just incredibly flying by.
This year has flown by. It seems
it is. I've just got multiple guests coming on all through November or October. I'm jumping ahead. Good Lord. But yeah, finishing up the magazine, getting it done by the 25th so I could get it out and just, keeping myself busy. But like I said, I'm going away tomorrow just to take a 2-day break.
Which everybody deserves.
And then also in between, checking out all the new cemeteries that we're finding and going back to some old ones to do some more stuff. It's you go back several times and never get it all,
Yep. You always find something new every trip you go.
So it's great. I really enjoy it.
All right. And then Jeff and I will be live on Monday, I believe. I think this Monday. Yeah, we're still good for Monday. I know there's a Monday coming up that we might not be available, but so we will be. And this, I've got a Barstool episode I need to watch. Oh my gosh, really, Jeffrey?
It's just too bad. Now we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
How rude. No.
All the time. So Jeff and I will have that going on. Always make sure you subscribe to Laura's channel. If subscribe to mine, subscribe to our Boo Productions Paranormal. And then also I'm going to be looking for guests for some upcoming shows because I don't think I have. Actually, maybe next week I'll do Jeff. And I'll have
put
Jeff
on the platform.
And Jeff will have to answer these questions if he's answering them for me.
There we go. That'll be good.
So that should be an interesting one. All right. So I hope everybody has a good evening, and we will see you next time.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us.